This update is brought to you by Taco Bell. Aztecs last night, close game against Occidental. They won 100-49. Next up, they take on the number 4 ranked team in the country, Gonzaga, on Monday night here at Viejas Arena. NBA last night, Steph and the Warriors spoiled the return of Klay Thompson, beating the Mavericks 120-117. Klay had 22 in his return to the Bay. Steph had 37 in the win. And the Lakers, they take on the Grizzlies tonight, 7 p.m. tip-off time. Our coverage of the game starts at 6:45. You can listen to that right here on San Diego Sports 760. The Gordita Supreme is so back at Taco Bell on the $7 Lux Cravings box, alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double-stack taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Drink excludes freezes, taxes extra.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour one of Jon and Jim. We are at the Aztecs for Life blood drive on the floor of Viejas Arena. We've been here a number of times over the years. I think for me and Jim, we've probably been here each of the last 3 years. I recall being here with the Loose Cannons as well, but Steve Hartman was speaking during the show, and like the whole arena would stop because it's a blood drive and Steve was screaming. But right. We are on campus here at San Diego State. We were here yesterday for Aztec basketball. Today we're here for a great cause, the Aztec for Life blood drive, which is going on until 6 p.m. We all know how critically important blood is this time of year, despite the fact that Jim said yesterday he wasn't going to wake up early to give his blood.
I didn't have time, dude. I didn't have time. All right.
But this is a great event. There's a lot of San Diego State students. There's a lot of members of our community. JD Wicker will join us in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll be joined by an Aztec basketball player from San Diego, Kimo Ferrari, in the 4 o'clock hour. We also have Aztec tickets to give away for a Monday night showdown against Gonzaga. We have 2 pairs of tickets to give away between now and 6 p.m., so do not go anywhere. We'll give those tickets away. Can I e-break the show immediately?
Yeah.
You know minutes, I never do it.
3 minutes in, do it.
I never do it.
Do it.
Right? Do I ever do it? Very rarely to start a show.
To start a show? No, usually it's me by sneezing or
right. No, here's
I messed up an update or something. Sure, go ahead. Do
here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. And we have the latest Roki Sasaki rumors, and we're going to hear from Brian Dutcher on the extent of Miles Byrd's injury, because Miles Byrd missed last night. Huge win. You talked about, I think, in the update.
Close game.
Did you talk about in the update?
What are you going to e-break the show with?
Did you put that in the update?
What do you think, John?
It was in Jim's 2-minute warning.
Oh, it was in the 3-minute whatever dive play. Okay, I think it was in the update.
3-minute dive play.
I think it was in the update.
Has there ever been a fight at the blood drive? Because there might be one.
Here's the e-break. Here's the e-break. There has never been a more overrated regular season NBA moment than Steph Curry's 3 last night against Dallas in the NBA Cup.
Oh, here we go.
It is the most overrated moment. Jim starts tweeting out the GOAT emojis for Steph Curry hitting a 3 against Dallas in some meaningless game with Golden State up 1, as if the shot was even relevant to them winning or losing. It may have been. He hits a 3 up 1 with like 30 seconds left. It wasn't even like by his standards, it wasn't some crazy shot. It was like a straight on 3, 2 feet from behind the line. And Jim's like, greatest of all time, beat the Mavericks. Beat the Mavericks in November. The discussion is over. LeBron can retire.
Why do you hate the NBA?
No, it's not the NBA. It's this fake love fest for Steph Curry for like
fake
doing
love fest
for doing things in the regular season as if he's doing things that people haven't done. Guys are hitting game-winning shots all the time. This wasn't a game-winning shot. They were up. Like, what was the relevance of this being some iconic? If this is an iconic moment in Steph Curry's career, he has not had a great career.
All right, full stop. Who's calling it an iconic moment?
You did. Let me find Jim.
I said greatness.
Exactly. For what?
Expressing the greatness of Steph Curry.
Let me find it.
Yeah, it's a greatness
with a goat emoji.
Correct.
Or a ram.
Did I say it was the greatest shot ever made in the history of the entire sport? No.
You're right. I mean, it got 6 likes. I said best NBA Cup player ever, and I say he's never won a cup. I don't know. I just it got me mad.
Everything
Steph Curry really?
that I like.
No, not really. I don't sit there. Do I send you like scores from the Warriors or the Niners? Maybe sometimes.
Yes, you do.
Not really.
When the Niners lose, you go on Twitter and you go, "Hey Jim, I don't know if you saw this, but the Niners lost today."
I really don't hate everything you like.
Hey, Steph Curry missed a shot that he usually makes. They lost the game.
Okay, that's fair.
And nor do you care.
I don't care. That's the thing.
I know you don't. I know you don't care.
For whatever reason, last night I was triggered based on this Steph Curry love affair. Is it because Klay Thompson was in the building? Was it because of the NBA Cup, which we completely downplayed for a year plus?
I don't care about the NBA Cup, but it was a regular season game that mattered. It wasn't an exhibition game. These are actual stats that go into the record books, John. It goes on their stat sheet
on the back of their bubblegum card
on Basketball Reference page.
Right. Okay.
What? Why are you hating, dude?
I don't know. That's fair.
That's why I knew it was
going to be
utterly hating.
I just feel like it would be one thing if they were down 2 with 0.2 seconds left and he hoisted a 40-foot shot. They were up 1.
It's like Chad says, this is better than the Olympics, right?
What happened in the Olympics?
Oh my God.
I don't even remember.
Oh my God.
Did he hit a big shot?
He hit a big shot. He was the main reason why they won the gold medal in the final 2 games.
Well, good. He needed some clutch moments in big games as well.
When you texted me that last night,
what I say?
You said something along the lines of like Steph sucks or something.
Right.
Or Steph never hits any clutch shots. Go to YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Love YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in Steph Curry game winner or Steph Curry clutch shot. Do it.
Results.
Do
none.
it. Do it. No, Steph Curry
game winner.
Game winner. Do it. You know how
many? No videos.
No videos.
Last night.
Go scroll down. Keep going. Keep going.
Monster fourth quarter against Mavericks.
Okay.
Oh, look, he beat the Suns.
Okay.
Actually, okay. He beat I know he's had some moments.
Look at that one right there. All 10 Steph Curry game-winning shots of his career. Jinx.
Right.
Cheez-Its.
Number 1 against Lithuania in the preseason lead up in Las Vegas.
You hate.
No, I really don't.
The fact that Steph Curry. Well, the thing is, I guarantee you, if you look at the ratings for last night, Steph Curry pulled in really good ratings for NBA standards for what it is right now.
I would hope so. I mean, it is NBA Cup. It is the Golden State Warriors.
If you put if you put replace the Warriors last night with the Suns, you're not getting the same ratings as you were.
Right. Well, it's not as
night.
compelling. Klay Thompson's return to the Bay is part of that story.
You just said that nobody cares about that story.
I agree with that general sentiment. I'm not going to push the narrative of the NBA Cup. Anyway,
it's not about the NBA Cup. It's not about the NBA Cup.
Okay.
It's about that Klay Thompson, who played 12 seasons with the Warriors, won 4 NBA titles, the greatest shooting backcourt in the history of the league, left and now returned last night in his first game back against his former team. He played amazing. Steph played amazing. Draymond played amazing. It was actually a really good game. But,
why don't they give them all statues like Dwayne
They
Wade?
will.
They should make Dwayne Wade statues.
You know what's going to happen, John? They're going to win the stupid cup, and then Jim's going to go.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to come in with cup champion T-shirt and a hat.
A cup hat. And he's going to be like, if not for that
buy me
moment
the cup
against
shirt.
The Mavs.
Buy me all the cup shirts, and when's the parade?
Okay.
Good job. Nice e-break.
Now to something that mattered. San Diego State over Occidental last night, 100-49, right here at Viejas Arena with the Aztecs for Life blood drive. Now, the story really wasn't the game, obviously. The story is San Diego State is Gonzaga coming up Monday night. The story is the Aztecs' health. So Miles Bryd was out on Monday. I think I have the math right. Either Monday or Tuesday, he left practice with a rolled ankle. Monday, because yesterday was Tuesday. So he left practice Monday with a rolled ankle. And then he was in a boot last night and didn't play. San Diego State nearly hit a program record. They had 18 threes. Like Steph Curry was on the team last night.
Imagine if he was on the team.
They would hit even more than 18.
If Steph Curry,
here we go.
No, I'm just saying right now. If Steph Curry, say he went to San Diego State instead of Gonzaga or instead of Davidson,
I would absolutely love him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I'm just saying.
No, you hate him.
I feel like for whatever reason, people feel like he has to be propped up another level when, like, let his accomplishments stand for themselves. They were up 1 last night. He hit a 3.
Hell yeah, easy 3.
That's
So
all I'm saying.
If oh my, if Kimo Ferrari, who is joining us later today,
right,
hit a big time 3 with the Aztecs up 1 in a crucial game with 28 seconds left,
it'll be huge.
It'd be the greatest thing in the history of the sport for you.
It wouldn't be the history of the sport. That's my point.
Like, but John isn't saying Kimo Ferrari is the greatest shooter of all time either.
What I'm saying is there's more social interaction on Steph's shot last night than Lamont Butler's shot 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's because Steph Curry resonates.
Yes, because of people like you that make him resonate.
People like me.
Anyway.
I had one tweet that had 6 likes. Not very resonating, right?
I'm just kidding. Let's hear from Brian Dutcher. This postgame. Aztecs win big, but they did it without Miles Bryd. They're already without Reese Waters. They have this huge game against Gonzaga. We're giving tickets away to it for Monday night. What's the update on Miles Bryd from Brian Dutcher?
At the very end of practice, I think it was 2 days ago, he came down and landed on a foot and turned his ankle. The hope is he'll be back by Monday. Now, whether that happens or not, he's in a boot, and it's bothering him right now. So we'll just treat him and hope and pray that he'll be available Monday. Now, whether he is or not, that depends on how quick a healer he is. We won't throw him out there injured, obviously. It's a November game, and we have a big season to play for. But if he's healthy and ready to go, that will be a huge plus for us because obviously Miles is a dynamic player, and this is going to be an important game.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, it's a critical game. That's a long year. If you don't have him because he's not healthy, you don't have him, and you move on. It's an important game with him or without him, and it's a tough game with him or without him. But it certainly looms over the stretch coming up. Gonzaga, and then 3 games in Las Vegas the week after. And it's like, it's a little bit of a tricky spot, Jim, because it's like you want him against Gonzaga, but you don't want him to do additional damage and then not be available in Las Vegas.
It's like you're in a tricky spot because you want to put out your best foot with, this team against Gonzaga, but you also are looking at the long game here. And the long game is more important than Monday night. Monday night, yeah, you want to have a good showing. Yeah, you want to have Miles Bryd out on this court playing against them. But if he's not fully healthy, it's like you always say, lose a battle to win a war.
Right.
Do you want to risk further injury to Miles Bryd if he goes out there against Gonzaga? Or do you want to make sure that he's fully healthy? Because the stretch of games you got coming up here, it's brutal.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Gonzaga, Creighton, Oregon, the possibility of Alabama or Houston or another top 50 type team in Las Vegas. So it is. I mean, I think we both said the word tricky, and I would stick by it. So you have to be careful because you do have a long season in front of you, but you hate to waste an opportunity. I mean, the way Miles Bryd played in the opener, he had one of the best performances by a college player so far to begin the season in his opener with 20 points and 8 rebounds. We talked about 5 steals, 4 blocks, 3 assists. So he's a big piece. He really is. He's a big piece for San Diego State. Hopefully they have him back for Monday. And even if they do have him back for Monday, you're talking about a top 4 team in the country in Gonzaga with Graham Ike, who Aztec fans are familiar with. He played at Wyoming, or Ryan Nembhard, who the Aztecs have faced a number of times over the years. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere. I cannot wait for Monday night. We're going to broadcast outside from Viejas, presumably, on Monday. It's a lot to get to between now and Monday.
There's a lot.
We're going to broadcast from outside, I think, on Monday.
I think we're just going to sleep out on
Why don't we
Sunday
just stay
night.
here?
Why don't we just stay here? Yeah.
We just stay
Actually,
here.
I can't. I'm going to be gone.
Me too.
So we can't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Soft.
You're going away for a wedding this weekend?
I am, John.
Who's doing the Jon and Jim show on Friday?
Are you going to France or something? Where are you going?
I wish. No, I'm just going back to Philadelphia.
Boring.
Oh, okay. Warriors play?
No.
They're not playing Sixers.
No, they're not. No, I'm going for a wedding, and that's basically it.
Okay.
Wedding on Saturday, fly back Monday morning, pray that I make it in time for the show.
That's great. Can't wait. That sounds like a really good plan.
Yep.
All right. On the other side, we have the latest on Roki Sasaki and why the Padres are hoping he's not posted in 2024, but in 2025. We will explain. Plus, the Steph Curry stat you didn't know you need to hear. We'll share with you on the other side as well. Plus, we have Aztec tickets against Gonzaga to give away. JD Wicker will join us on the show in the 4 o'clock hour. We're at the Aztecs for Life blood drive on campus at San Diego State. This is Jon and Jim. All right, with the Aztecs for Life blood drive, we have Aztec and Zaga tickets to give away for Monday night here at VA House. JD Wicker will join us at the 4 o'clock hour. We'll be joined by San Diego State men's basketball guard Kimo Ferrari, who is in San Diego as well, in the 4 o'clock hour. Now, we've told you about this great giveaway that we're giving away on Monday. You need to qualify today. If you're looking for some holiday sparkle, some winter bling, we have a 1.5 carat lab-grown diamond to give away to a lucky listener, courtesy of one of our Warrior Foundation Freedom Station sponsors, Unicorn Jewelry and Watch Boutique. To qualify, open the iHeartRadio app right now, search for San Diego Sports 760, click on the talkback mic, and tell us why you want to win. That's all you have to do. We'll pick a daily qualifier during midday matchup, Big Rich, TD and Fletch, and Jon and Jim all week long. 3 chances to qualify each day this week. Then listen Monday. We're going to select a winner during Jon and Jim for a lab-grown diamond that would make a perfect center stone on an engagement ring, necklace, or bracelet. Again, courtesy of Unicorn Jewelry and Watch Boutique.
This is like one of those times where if you're driving around and you're listening to the
what?
radio and you have to do a double take because, wait, they're giving away a diamond. And not only just a diamond, it's a 1.5 carat lab-grown diamond. Lab-grown is essentially the exact same as a regular diamond, except way cheaper, but they are like the same, basically. And if you're like thinking of, man, I want to like propose to my girlfriend during the holidays, or I want to have a gift for my wife during the holidays, or a gift for yourself during the holidays, you could get a 1.5 carat lab-grown diamond like that.
Right. I mean, we're talking about something that is valued at thousands of dollars.
This is not just
so we're talking about something that is valued truly at thousands of dollars. Yep. Open the app, search for San Diego Sports 760. Tell us why you want the 1.5 carat lab-grown diamond, and you will qualify potentially. We will announce the winner coming up on Monday during Jon and Jim right here on San Diego Sports 760. All right, before we give you the latest on Roki Sasaki, you want to share the NBA TV ratings from last night for the big NBA Cup debut between the Warriors and the Mavericks that everyone's talking about today?
Well, I lost it. Hold on.
I think you can find it.
Here we go. So a big night on TNT. TNT Sports Emirates NBA Cup Night 1 averaged 1.9 million viewers, up 71% from TNT's 2023 NBA Cup Night 1. And guess who was not on the NBA Cup Night 1 last year on TNT?
Klay Thompson.
Steph Curry.
So neither of them.
The Warriors and Dallas Mavericks game peaked at 2.6 million viewers, which won the night in cable primetime for P18 through 34 and P25 through 54.
Do you know what P is?
Persons.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if our listeners do, so you might want to say.
I was just reading. I was just reading
34 it. Means.
Yeah, so
it's pets. Everyone's cats were
so
watching
maybe,
the game.
So maybe they should play every game on national television and every game.
Yeah, maybe they should have the
game.
Warriors and Steph Curry on every national game.
Right, and he should hit a big 3 with the lead.
Yeah. Did you see the stat that I showed you that Steph Curry is now the number one points?
Yeah,
per...
listen to this, Brian.
I lost it. Well,
Steph Curry has scored more points per game than anyone in NBA history.
No, points per minute.
Points per minute.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the most efficient score in the history of the sport.
That's because nobody had the ability to shoot a 3-point shot until 40 years ago.
Passing Michael Jordan, who had the ability to shoot a 3-point shot his entire career.
Yeah, but it was a different game.
But he had the ability to shoot a 3-pointer.
Sure, but he didn't.
Exactly.
He's too busy playing defense.
Hey, Steph plays some defense.
No,
even though he's 6'3".
Dude, call me when Steph has won 6 rings.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have as many rings per hand.
Oh, yeah, that's
Michael
right.
Jordan.
He only
One
has
thing
4.
He doesn't have is rings per hand.
Damn, that's right. He only has 4.
Because Jordan has
Loser.
3 rings per hand for a total of 6, where Curry has 2 rings per hand for a total of 4.
Oh, okay.
How many does LeBron have?
4.
He has 4?
Yeah.
So he has the same number of rings per hand as Steph.
Yeah, he's 4 and 6 in the NBA.
He's got
Finals.
a handful of losses, literally.
That's seriously, yeah.
All right, Roki Sasaki, right?
Yeah, yes,
because
yes,
everyone's talking about Roki Sasaki.
Yes.
So he could either be posted to join a major league team before the end of this year or at the beginning of 2025. Why does it matter? Here's why. If he's posted before December 15th, the Padres cannot even make an offer for him. They're out of bonus money. They're out of international money. They literally have $2,000. Like, they have no money, right? Where if he's posted in January of 2025, the Padres actually have more bonus money than the LA Dodgers. So the tables turn a little bit depending on when Roki Sasaki is posted. Right now, LA actually has a good amount of bonus money for 2024. All these teams have used the bonus money because we're at the end of the year. So the Padres have none of it. The Dodgers still have $2.5 million. If you fast forward to next year, January 15th, when the bonus pool resets, San Diego has more money than LA by $1.1 million. Padres have 6.2. Dodgers have 5.1. There are other teams that have more than 6.2 as well, by the way, in Major League Baseball. So the critical point here is if he's not posted in 2025, but posted in 2024, he's not coming to San Diego.
Correct.
Because he's not going to sign for $2,200. I know that.
No. I was reading Dennis Lynn's article from a couple of days ago, and he said something in there that got me a little scared. It was like whether Roki Sasaki is posted this season or next season. And I'm like, whoa, no.
What do you mean this season? No. We were told that he's been going to be posted.
I don't want to have to wait another year for him to be posted. No, that's not. Don't.
He was saying these are the limits if it's the next 2 years, because if it's 2 years from now when he's 25, so not this offseason or next offseason, then he's got the Yamamoto deals.
Right.
He could get $200, $300, $400 million.
Yeah. Is it imminent that he's going to be posted like within a month? Or
the speculation is no.
Yeah. The speculation is that he will eventually be posted this offseason.
This offseason, but not in like the near term where it's going to be before December 15th of this year, therefore cutting off the Padres from making an offer.
Let me rephrase that. He said this offseason or next offseason, like this year or next year. That's what I meant.
Right.
So next offseason he'd be 24. That's still before his age 25 season, correct?
Right. Correct.
Okay. So for me, if Roki Sasaki is not posted this offseason, why wouldn't he just wait until he's 25, right?
He's going to be posted this offseason.
I hope he's posted this offseason.
That's what Kyler McDaniel, Jeff Passan, and others have written.
I
That's not speculation.
Hope.
He will be. I mean, they're on the record, his club, of saying he will be posted.
So now here is the dates that you have to keep an eye on. The dates you have to keep an eye on is January 15th, correct?
Correct. If he's posted before January 15th, the Padres don't have any money.
So we are at November 13th.
Yeah, so 2 months from today.
You hope
this week.
Yeah, if he's posted anytime in December, Padres have no shot. No shot.
Right.
You need him to be posted after or on January 15th. And basically, if he's posted before that, he's going to the Dodgers. And why would he? But again, why would he officially be posted before January 15th when all the teams have allotted all of their pool money
elsewhere? He'd be basically tying his own hands behind his own back.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Even if you want to go to the Dodgers, why would you take their $2.5 million that they have right now when on January 15th they have $5.1 million?
Exactly.
So you could get a doubling of your pool money in 2025. This is a formality for me, Jim. I'll be very surprised if he's posted before December 15th, and I'll be very surprised if he's not pitching the major leagues in 2025.
December 15th?
I'll be very surprised if he's posted before December 15th. You can't be posted between December 15th and January 15th. Year ends December 15th. Next year begins January 15th. Right. Yes, so I'd be very surprised if he's posted before December 15th, and I'd be very surprised if he's not pitching in the major leagues in 2025.
And the winter meetings
are in Dallas, I think we decided.
They are. I was looking at the dates of the winter meetings. The winter meetings this year.
It's before the 15th.
December 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that right?
So that week, like 7th through the 12th or 8th through the 11th or something like that.
It's the start of. Is that right? No, that's not right.
The 8th through the 12th.
Okay, the 8th through the 12th. So right before the end of the posting period for the 2024 season.
Yeah, exactly.
So just cross your fingers, everybody, that during the winter meetings, all of a sudden it's like, oh, Roki Sasaki was just posted. That'd be stupid on his part, though.
Yeah.
It would make no sense.
Exactly.
Because then you are hamstrung. Well, hear about this. If you get posted, and I don't know the answer to this, if you get posted, say, on December 10th,
right?
Does that and you don't sign with anybody? Does that carry over to next year? Like, could you basically essentially start your recruiting process? Is what I'm saying?
I don't know the answer to that. I think there's 2 windows of time, now or 2025.
Because if you get posted on January 15th,
yeah, then he has there's a window. I'm making up 40 days.
Can teams talk to him right now, though, is my point?
No, I think it's once you're posted.
Okay, so maybe he gets posted before then, so then he has a full month of getting, wooed by these other teams before he signs somewhere.
I really don't know, but I think it is a formality that he will be posted January 15th or later and sign with the club and then be pitching in the major leagues in 2025. And anything before January 15th, I think, would come as a surprise to a lot of people. All right, on the other side, much more on Roki Sasaki. We're at this Aztecs for Life blood drive. Plus, is Aaron Rodgers going to return in 2025 or not? We have the latest from Aaron Rodgers. He spoke publicly on that very topic earlier today. We have Aztec tickets for Gonzaga to give away as well. It's Jon and Jim. All right, hey guys, it is Jon and Jim, and we've been telling you about our friends over at Humu Casino. It's such a great spot to get to throughout the football season, especially on Monday nights. Monday Night Live, one lucky winner each week will also be driving home a brand new Mercedes-Benz C-Class every Monday this November. You can earn entries all month long just by playing, and on Tuesdays, you can earn 2 times the entries.
Yeah, Tony Gwynn Sports Pub is the place to be to watch sporting events, also Loft 94 and their poker rooms. 2 sporting events happening this week that you got to get to Humu Casino to watch. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, Friday, November 15th at 5 p.m. And UFC 309 this Saturday, November 16th at 7 p.m. It's a great place to watch those things.
By the way, you can celebrate Thanksgiving all month long at Burgers and Shakes with our Turkey Day Melt, or indulge in the Thanksgiving Calzone at Pizzeria. Then November 28th, join us at Tony Gwynn's Endless Dining for football and all your favorite Thanksgiving dishes.
Yeah, Humu Casino is the place to be for all the sporting events that you want to watch. Great food, great atmosphere. Humu Casino, it's fun above all else. All right, this update is brought to you by Taco Bell. We'll start with the Aztecs last night. They handled their business against Occidental. They beat them 100-49. Next up, the big test on Mondays. They take on number 4 ranked Gonzaga here at Viejas Arena. Last night, the NBA Cup underway, game 1. Steph and the Warriors spoiled the return of Klay Thompson. They beat the Mavs 120-117. It was the greatest three-pointer in the history of the sport last night as Steph scored 37 points in the win. And Lakers basketball tonight as they take on the Grizzlies. 7 p.m. tip time. Our coverage starts at 6:45 right here on San Diego Sports 760. The Gordita Supreme is so back at Taco Bell in the $7 Lux Cravings box, alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stack taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Drink includes freezes, taxes extra.
All right, we've Aztec tickets to give away for Monday night against Gonzaga here at Viejas Arena. We'll do that between now and 6 p.m. In fact, 2 pairs of tickets to give away. If you are in the area, the Aztec for Life blood drive is going on right now. A number of people right now are currently giving blood. This is an amazing event. They've done it for the last 7 or 8 years.
Yep.
They've had thousands of people give blood over the years here, obviously so critically important, especially in the holiday season. So we're here at Viejas Arena for the Aztecs for Life blood drive, and JD Wicker will join us coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. A story that we have covered, because he's always relevant, is Aaron Rodgers. And he was on with Pat McAfee, as he often is during the football season. And his reply to whether he'll play in 2025 was somewhat interesting. He said, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Regarding his future in 2025, he also said he doesn't think as if he's played his best football, obviously, here this year. I mean, the Jets are in a situation where they're probably screwed either way. They owe him a fortune of money for 2025. Okay. So if he returns, they're so cash strapped because of him. If he doesn't return in 2025, well, they don't have Aaron Rodgers, and I have no idea where they turn. So what do you think? Is this just talk? I mean, he's going to be back, right? Is Aaron Rodgers really going to go out off this season with the New York Jets, or will he return in 2025?
Well, no one in the Jets organization has the balls to tell him, thanks,
You're
but
out.
you're done.
Right.
And he controls everything with that franchise, from what he wants the owner to do, to the coaching staff, to even down to the teammates he wants. He gets to control the entire organization. Like, the Jets sold their soul to Aaron Rodgers. So a good organization would look at the situation they have now and say, yeah, we thought it could work, but it backfired in our face. A 40-plus-year-old quarterback coming off of an Achilles injury, not going to work. So thank you, but we need to go in a different direction now, because if we don't, then we're going to be screwed for an even longer period of time in the future. They're not going to do that. Sorry. Yes, Brent?
I was going to say, the only reason he phrased it like that is so people would talk about him. He knows he's coming back. All he had is, oh, yeah, I'm coming back. But instead, if he goes, no, I don't. So. I think so. And he, throws a shadow of doubt in there. Now everyone's, is Aaron Rodgers going to retire? He's doing this for attention. He is an attention whore. He loves attention. Attention.
He does. I mean,
he does. He's always been like that.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Jim's right. He doesn't go on McAfee every Tuesday because he doesn't like attention.
I mean, he's literally paid to go on there, right?
Yeah, they pay him.
Yeah, Pat McAfee. I mean, I think he goes on for that too. But yeah, I mean, it would be shocking if he didn't come back. To me, it would be shocking. You miss all last year, right? Then you rehab that, and you come back and you go 5-12. Let's say they're 3-7, so you go 5-12, and then you're out.
Yeah, there's no comp to a 40, I guess, then 1-year-old QB coming off of an Achilles injury to then perform at a high level. Like, Brett Favre had that 1 year in Minnesota. That was it.
Right.
And then he got injured, and then it was done. Tom Brady is the outlier, but he never was coming off of an Achilles.
Yeah.
And then who else?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember a Randall Cunningham season in Minnesota when he was probably close to 42.
Like, Philip Rivers did well with the Colts when he went there, but he wasn't coming off of an Achilles injury.
He didn't do that well, right?
But I think they made the postseason.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was better than fine. I think they made the postseason. It was like, oh, Philip, cool.
Well, but it wasn't like a career.
The thing is that Aaron Rodgers fails to realize is that he ain't the same player, and he thinks he's the same player. And going out there every single week, it's just more clear and more clear and more clear that this ain't it anymore. He is done, and he won't realize that until it's too late. So
the Rivers 2020 was his fewest passing yards since 2012, with Indianapolis. So he was on a good team, and I'm sure he played a role in that good team.
What was his stats?
He threw for 4,100 yards, and he threw for
2020.
Yeah, I mean, but that was his lowest output since 2012.
4,100 yards,
4,600 yards with the Chargers the year before, and I mean, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks. It's fine. It's not like that's not a Hall of Fame. That's not like a career year.
No, but that's still a pretty good season, John.
And it's fine, but it's not like that's not
fine.
That's not like a Super Bowl caliber year.
Well, no, but I mean, you look at Brett Favre's last year. You look at Aaron Rodgers this past season. It's not like anything gaudy. It's not even anything good.
You're saying they're last years?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there have been guys. But
it's
okay,
a pretty damn good last year, John.
Yeah, well, Tom Brady. Well, hold on. I mean, like Brady late in his 40s.
Brady's an out. Brady is the outlier.
Brady threw for 5,300 yards as a 44-year-old.
But my whole point is not like the old quarterbacks in their final year. My point is the old quarterback in his final year coming off Achilles injury. That's never happened before.
That's because there's no examples of it, are there?
No, there's not.
So he's kind of a one of one.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Aaron Rodgers. Well, how many guys have won as many MVPs as he has?
But he's not that player anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I think he would agree, and I think everyone would agree. He's coming off a serious injury, and he's 41.
And the thing is, like, if you're a Jets fan, you got your mind brainwashed into thinking that bringing all of his buddies over and him controlling who's on the coaching staff and when coaches get fired and head coaches was going to be a good thing. Like, he didn't win much in Green Bay as far as Super Bowls go. He won one Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy. And then how many times did he choke in the playoffs year after year after year?
But that was still a better alternative to where they were. Like, I understand it. It's like where you were as an organization was you weren't even getting to the postseason, and you certainly weren't winning when you were getting there. So you would have preferred the alternative to not winning, which is, well, let's just get to the postseason because Aaron Rodgers historically was able to get to the postseason. You could go 3 years with Aaron Rodgers and not sniff the postseason.
But that was also
last year, this year, and who knows about next year.
But that was also like 4 years ago.
What was 4 years ago?
Like him being, the number one seed in the NFC with the Packers.
Yeah, but when he came over, he had won a MVP within 1 year.
Okay,
right.
And then the Achilles thing changed everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he had won an MVP as recently as when? His second to last year with Green Bay.
So 3-4 years ago?
I'm asking it. 2020, 2021. Yes, he was MVP of the league in 2021. His first year with the Jets was 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So, he was pretty, when they signed him, he was a year.
It goes quick, dude.
I get it. It can go quick, but there's also examples of guys like Tom Brady throwing for 6,000 yards as a 44-year-old.
Well, remember, too, Favre sucked it up in year in New York, too. And then he went to another team.
It's the New York Jets.
Yeah, there's that, too. It's
a lot of Rodgers, but it's also a lot of New York Jets. That organization is a joke.
Agreed. All right, so on the other side, again, we're at the Aztecs for Life blood drive. We have JD Wicker joining us at 4:15. We have Aztec tickets to give away for Gonzaga. We have 2 pairs of tickets. One of them we're giving away in the 4 o'clock hour. Another you need to be listening for your chance to win. So nobody spends more time on social media than we do. Yet Jim is unwilling to add another social platform to his iPhone for some reason. We'll discuss it coming up next. It's Jon and Jim. I'm back with you here from Viejas Arena, San Diego Sports 760's 13 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday with the Inflation Vacation. Listen to the nationwide keyword at the top of every hour, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then enter at sportsfc.com. Aztec tickets to give away. We'll do that for Monday night against the Aztec coming up at the 4 o'clock hour. We'll have another pair of play in the 5 o'clock hour as well. I don't even know how this started, and I'm sure some of you have no clue what we're about to discuss for the next 7 or 8 minutes. But for whatever reason, Darnay Tripp, friend of the show, got us on some path to talk about this new social media platform, BlueSky. Which is similar. It's relatively new to people for many reasons. It's been around for a while. 97% of our listeners have a correct. Okay. So it's a new social media platform. It basically has taken off to some extent in recent. They had like 1 million subscribers a year ago. They have 15 million. They've had over 1 million people sign up for it the last day. Okay. So it's basically a Twitter alternative. Okay. It's almost near identical to Twitter. Twitter is like the same like functionality. And Darnay is like, you need to be on this guy. There's no Twitter. And for whatever reason last night, I'm joining this guy. Because someone tagged us in something like that. So I signed up for BlueSky. I was already signed up. So anyway, I've been on it for about 18 hours, and it's basically identical to Twitter for us people. Yeah, but you can do the same thing. It has none of the like bots. It has none of the spam. It has no advertising. So it has none of that. So I decided to make the move. Now again, can I just do it right? So that could happen in the future. But for whatever reason, you have put your foot down. You have drawn a line and said you are unwilling to sign up for BlueSky. Why? Because you're not anti-Twitter. Here's the thing. I'm not anti-Twitter, okay? Or X, whatever you want to call it.
I'm of the belief that, yes, Twitter has gone downhill, but you could still make of it what you want. You don't have to, be sucked into the misinformation, sex bots, random political ads side of Twitter.
But then you're missing all the fun.
You can like
avoid the noise.
You can if you want.
Yeah, that's how I use it.
You can't avoid the noise.
I use it for sports.
Now, do I hate the For You feature on X and Twitter? Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
But there's also a following feature that I only look at. I viewed it like this. It's gonna be the like fad of the day,
right? Like Threads.
Threads was the thing that, you remember Threads? It blew up. Everybody was talking about Threads for like weeks.
Maybe 3 weeks.
All teams were going over to Threads. Memes were about Threads. Everybody thought that Threads was going to be the new Twitter because Elon was changing a lot of things with X and took away everybody's verifications and made it a subscription site and this and that, right? What's going on with Threads now, John? Oh, yeah, that's right. Nobody uses it. Nobody.
Well,
nobody.
I agree with that. By and large, nobody.
Except for Darnay Tripp.
Right. Darnay and Marty.
Darnay and Marty are the only people that have used it.
No, I agree with that. I deleted Threads. I didn't think that it made no sense. We liked it for 1 second.
Yes.
But here's the difference. Here's the one clear difference. The idea of copycatting Twitter is actually a good idea. Threads didn't copycat Twitter. They tried to, and it was nothing like Twitter.
But
this is actually a direct copycat of Twitter. And say, well, why would you use a copycat of Twitter? Because for most people, and I'm not even in this category, but there's a lot of people that don't go on Twitter as much today as they used to, really because of all the noise that you're talking about.
No, I agree.
So if you can create Twitter without noise, and this is not at all a political statement. I use Twitter as much as anyone. You use Twitter as much as anyone. But if people aren't using the Twitter as much as they used to use, well, then you got to go find a place where people are going to be.
So we're big Apple product users, correct? Right? All we have is Apple products.
Correct.
I would argue that there's better phones out there than the iPhone. Like, I think, if you go to, creators' websites that only talk about the latest new tech out there.
They talk about like the Samsung Galaxy 8P 24 Pro.
Exactly. Okay. They would say, as far as a phone, a functionality of a phone, better camera, better
Right.
storage, better app
Yeah, but
quality,
who cares?
whatever.
It's not pretty.
But no, listen. So you can have the experts out there say, they
Right,
think
right.
that this phone is better than this phone.
Okay.
But the reason why people won't get a Samsung or whatever Galaxy 3400 is for the simple reason of if you have a Galaxy and you're texting an iPhone
It's
user,
green.
it's green text.
Yeah, I hate that.
Exactly. The same thing I feel about Twitter is that
You might not
you might not like it. There might be a quote unquote better alternative out there, which I don't consider BlueSky a better alternative yet
You haven't even tried it.
because I'm not gonna.
So how do you know if it's a better alternative or not?
Also, you are not going to have people that have built up a following for over a decade just decide that they're going to go start over again on a new social media
MySpace
platform.
guy. Okay, Facebook guy. You know what I mean? That's what people would have said when Facebook launched. That's what they said when MySpace launched.
Unless Twitter decides to just off itself and just completely delete and just
Which has kind of been happening.
Kinda, but yeah, Lord Elon might do that. Unless Twitter goes away, all of these secondary social media
Right.
sites like Threads and BlueSky now are going to be second rate. I hate to say it, but that's just the way that things are going to be.
What if this became the next big social media platform? Like in the
Then I will sign up on it.
Oh, so wait, no, you just said you were only going to sign up if Twitter blew up, literally.
Yeah,
Jim's going to be like those people that were like, "Oh, you want to invest in Apple? Pff, no, that's stupid." And now they're like,
And boom,
just-
it's
yeah,
$1,000
they're
a
so
share.
mad.
Now it might you might be right. Your point makes sense. I'm just saying, but what if it actually is a realistic alternative, or what if it is successful? Like, did anyone know TikTok was going to be TikTok, or did we know Instagram was going to be Instagram?
Well, here's the thing, John. TikTok was a different and I think more expansive version of Vine because Vine went away.
Definitely.
So there's no alternative to TikTok, right?
People have copycatted the features, right?
A couple things, but if you try to copycat an original, you better damn well stand out. And if you BlueSky are just copycatting what Twitter is and
Right.
just copy and pasting it, then guess what? I don't think people are going to view that as something to go over to. They're going to go over to it right now because it's like a fad. It's
right.
in. But over time, it's just going to go the wayside like Threads did. That's how I view it.
Let's see. Is Jim going to be right?
Talk to me
or
in a
will
year.
me and Darnay be right?
Talk
Yes. Let's
to me in a year.
honestly, put a reminder on your phone for a year from today.
In 1 year, if
I'll put a reminder
BlueSky
in.
is continuing its growth and has 250 million subscribers,
Okay.
and they have daily interaction, and if you look at Twitter and BlueSky as a true competitor, then I will say, yeah, man, I was wrong. But I don't envision at all any platform, unfortunately, ever getting close to Twitter.
All right, Jim has spoken on that. You can find me on BlueSky.
Sorry.
So sign up right now and follow me because Jim's missing everything that's going on right now.
It's like Threads.
on BlueSky.
It makes no sense.
The wrap is on the other side. Plus, we're giving away San Diego State tickets for Monday night against Gonzaga, and JD Wicker is going to join us coming up at 4:15. We're at the Aztecs for Life blood drive until 6 p.m. Hour 2 of Jon and Jim comes your way next.
All right, this update is brought to you by Taco Bell. San Diego State handled Occidental last night, 100-49. Next up for the Aztecs, they take on number 4 ranked Gonzaga on Monday night here at Viejas Arena. NBA Cup last night, Steph and the Warriors spoiled the return of Klay Thompson, beating the Mavericks 120-117. Klay had 22 in his return to Golden State. Steph had 37 in the win. And Lakers basketball tonight as they take on the Grizzlies, 7 p.m. tip time. Our coverage starts at 6:45 right here on San Diego Sports 760. The Gordita Supreme is so back at Taco Bell in the $7 Lux Cravings box alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stack taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Drink excludes freezes, taxes extra.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour 2 of Jon and Jim. We're at the Aztecs for Life blood drive here at Viejas Arena. It's going on until 6 p.m., a great event that's been going on for years here at San Diego State. They have had thousands of people give blood over the last 7 or 8 years, and there are hundreds of people that have come through here today. So great to be a part of it. JD Wicker will tell us more about it at 4:15. We'll be joined by Aztec senior guard Kimo Ferrari, a San Diegan out of Francis Parker. He will join us at 4:30, and we will give away this hour Aztec tickets for Gonzaga Monday night at Viejas Arena. By the way, someone on our text line, Jim, 70470 started with team.
Let me guess. Jim's an idiot.
Well, no, that's probably there somewhere as well. But 70470 started with team. 619 says, my first social media site was Friendster.
Huh?
I don't even remember Friendster. It was a site before you.
Okay.
There was Friendster, and he said that caused me not to go to MySpace, which delayed me like 5 years of trying Facebook. I get the point of not wanting to move platforms. I hate it as much as anyone.
Yeah, it's
the worst.
It's like, hey,
it's the worst.
Start over on your social media platform.
Right.
There's already enough social media platforms as is with Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and whatever else to just be like, hey, you got to just start over on a new social media platform and have all of your followers follow you over there. Not going to happen.
What was the name of that dude on MySpace who was everyone's friend?
Tom.
Yeah, Tom. That was okay.
Yeah, Tom. I was never on MySpace.
Good old Tom.
Were you on MySpace?
I was on MySpace.
I was on MySpace. That was my
Brent,
first social
you were on MySpace?
Yeah, that was my first social media.
You're not. Yeah, it's still your first.
It still is.
Only social media.
No, I'm
right?
on Facebook.
Oh, you're on Facebook.
I'm like the texter. I went from MySpace.
Yes.
Well, he didn't go MySpace, but I went MySpace to Facebook.
Okay. All right.
And then quit.
All right. All right, JD Wicker is going to join us coming up in about 10 minutes. San Diego State's athletic director. Again, we have those Aztec tickets to give away, and right now, let's get to this.
It's time for The Wrap, presented by Sombrero Mexican Food. Check out their website at sombreromex.com.
If the NCAA tournament expands, would you prefer 72 or 76 teams?
I would prefer 68. Actually, I'd prefer 64. But they had to expand to the first 4 games.
Right.
So, I mean, it's so ridiculous. But in 20 years, do you think this thing's going to be at 100 teams?
Yeah, and I think it'll be streaming on BlueSky.
BlueSky.
That's a good point.
Is it called BlueSky or BlueSky?
It's BlueSky. It's just
it's
one
spelled
word.
BlueSky, though.
Oh, maybe it's BlueSky.
But but people are calling it BlueSky? I don't know.
All right.
I
The
feel
reason this
old.
is topical is the NCAA president today, Charlie Baker, was on the Dan Patrick Show right here. He
On-
came
oh,
on San
on this
Diego
station?
Sports 760 to make
Holy
the following
crap.
announcement. He said, this is the president of the NCAA. He said there's room for the tournament to expand to either 72 or 76. So it's going to expand. The president wouldn't say that. on the Dan Patrick Show just to say it. So it's 68 right now. You add 4 more teams, does it really alter the tournament? If you add 8 more teams, does it really alter the tournament? Where are you playing these games? Dayton? A million games in Dayton to start the tournament?
I mean, I guess. If so, basically, it would be the first 2 days of the tournament, the first 4 games, right?
Yeah,
instead of having
2 games each day.
So you would just have 4 games instead of 2 games
each day. If you went to 76, because that would be 8 more teams, there's just 4 more games.
I already don't care about the first 4. Now you're going to make it the first 8. Now I doubly don't care.
Or
Here's how I
the
care.
First 16, yeah.
Here's how I care about it. If they play 4 games, that means that we wouldn't have a show that day. So I'm in favor of it.
So you're looking at like the 2027 NCAA tournament random.
Yeah.
Way to play 4D chess, Jim.
To go to 76.
Absolutely. Because we
hilarious.
carry March Madness here on San Diego Sports 760. And when the tournament begins, we're
That is
off
so
on
funny.
Thursday and Friday.
We might have short shows Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well, guess what? Then we'd have no shows if the
Great.
tournament expands.
Why don't we carry live play-by-play all year round?
Yes.
Every afternoon, and never have a Jon and Jim show.
I love it.
Text Mary,
And
our program
And
director.
still pay
And
us.
still pay us. I
Yes.
love that.
I bet that negotiation would go over quickly.
I would say if you're going to expand the thing, just go to 76, by the way. Whatever. No one should be like, oh, the sanctity of 72. I mean, if you're going from 68, why not just go to 76?
More days off if they expand.
Next question.
Will Sasaki sign with either the Dodgers or the Padres?
Or will he sign with either of them?
We sign with either of them. I would. I tend to believe right now that the 2 favorites are the Padres and the Dodgers. And if he signs with like the Giants, I'm just throwing it, or give me another random team, Diamondbacks. I'd be like, huh? Like it wouldn't make sense to me. It makes sense if he signs with the Dodgers or the Padres, because one, you got Yamamoto and Ohtani on that team, and the Dodgers have unlimited resources. Padres, we know how long AJ Preller has scouted Roki Sasaki and the connection between Sasaki and Darvish. It just makes the most sense for those 2 teams. Those 2 teams to me feel like the likeliest destination for him.
I'm going to ask you a real serious question, and I'm being serious when I ask it. Yes, I've seen some of the sites that list the Padres as one of the favorites from the odds perspective. Why is it that we believe that the Padres are among the front runners with the Dodgers? Is it Preller? Is it Darvish? Is
Both.
it the previous line of thinking? Is it the way they coveted like an Ohtani and a Suzuki? Like, what? Is there something specific? Because, the New York Yankees have coveted Japanese prospects, and the New York Mets have, and other franchises have too. Like, what puts the Padres, I guess, on greater footing than, let's say, the New York Yankees in this example?
Look, I'm putting a lot of my take into 2 small things. 2.
Yeah.
One, Preller mentioning Roki's name
Yes.
during Peter Seidler's memorial last year at Petco Park.
I'm on board with that.
And it's a small thing. It's stupid, I know, but I can't help but look past it.
Yeah.
And it's the picture of Roki Sasaki wearing Padres gear, playing ping pong with his friends.
Those are real. That's why I ask, and I'm with you. There's certain things.
And then you
about
can throw
this.
Darvish in there too.
Darvish, and I just think Preller, the way he pursues, like he's not going to give up, and he's going to pursue every angle. So I think they are a front runner, and I think that's fair to say that they're going to be one of the top 2 or 3 in the pursuit for Roki Sasaki. Next question.
What's your hot take on this week's college football playoff rankings?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you asked, John.
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you I don't have a hot take?
That would be a hot
that
take.
you haven't looked at the rankings. So,
okay, we have. All right, here we go. Well, here's the college football playoff rankings. Oregon. This might be wrong. Oregon, Ohio State, Texas. Now, it's not the college football playoff. It's just the rankings, right?
This is hurting my head. And
well, BYU's in there.
No, you're right. The top 12 aren't what the bracket would look like.
Right. It's not what the bracket looks like. Yeah, I got no hot take.
I got a hot take. What about Boise State moving down off a win? They didn't look great against Nevada, but they won.
But they're still in the college football
12 to 13. They'd be in as the Group of 5 champion.
That's all that matters to me.
Okay. The reason it matters to me is I'd like to see them move up in the bracket
Over
where
who?
they don't have to be bracketed 12th.
Over
Eventually, I'm saying if they were to win out, I think I'll give you an example. If they win out and Georgia has 3 losses, why would Georgia in that hypothetical be the 11th seed and Boise State be the 12th seed? If Boise State's only loss is at number 1 Oregon by 3 points, why would a 3-loss Georgia team that didn't play a conference championship game be higher seeded than Boise State? Seriously.
Because if Georgia played Boise State on a neutral field anywhere in the country, Georgia would be favored.
So not because of what they did during the season, just because they have a better roster.
Well, that's how I think the committee will look at it. They're going to look at Boise State over Georgia in the rankings, even if Georgia has 3 losses. To me, it's like, okay, what would the line be on a neutral field between Georgia and Boise State?
I don't know it.
What would be the line if Georgia went to Boise State? They still would be favored.
Yeah,
you
they'd
know
probably be favored like 7.5 points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why. Now,
that's not how they see the NCAA tournament in basketball.
no, they don't. But
You
it's
know what
not.
I mean?
It's not basketball. It's football. And football, I think the committee looks at it in that sense more than they do in basketball, which I think basketball has damn near close to a perfect tournament, like a perfect way of doing.
I'm
things.
just saying it should be based on what you've done in the season.
I agree.
If Georgia
But it's
loses
not.
4 games, they'd probably still be favored over Boise State. That doesn't mean they should be in the field.
Because their strength of schedule is infinitely better than Boise State's.
Yeah, okay.
And Boise State's one game against a top 10 school they lost.
By 3 points on the road.
Yeah, it was a good
And
game.
Georgia, against the top 10 teams they've played, they've lost 3 times.
Okay. But they've also played how many more games against top-ranked opponents than Boise State?
Right, but Boise State doesn't control that. Next question.
I know. That's the way college football works.
Which NFL team is the biggest sleeper in the playoffs?
So this would be an off-the-beaten-path team. This would not include someone like Kansas City. And this certainly wouldn't include someone like, even like the Niners. I guess the Niners could be off the beaten path at 5-4.
But they're not even in the postseason picture right now.
They're the postseason picture.
Well, they're in the postseason picture, but if the season ended today,
they're not in the
they're not in the
postseason.
postseason.
But they're in the picture. Yeah.
They're in the picture, but
So who is a sleeper to, let's say, win 2 playoff games, a wild card game and
All
a
right.
divisional round?
I'll
game?
give you a team in the NFC and the AFC. My NFC pick is the Arizona Cardinals
Okay.
as a sleeper. They're 6-4 right now. I think it's going to go down the wire between them and the Niners. That final game of the year against each other could be for the division.
Okay.
Kyler Murray's playing really good. Marvin Harrison has changed that offense because they didn't have a wide receiver last year. Trey McBride is a great tight end for them. He's like Kittle 2.0. And then in the AFC, screw it, going Pittsburgh. Give me Russ. Give me some Russ magic, Mr. Unlimited.
All right. I'm going to say this real quick. Here are my sleepers in the postseason. Okay. Here are my sleepers. Hear me out. And then we're going to have JD Wicker join us on the side.
Oh boy,
My sleepers are Kansas City and the AFC at 9-0.
you said you can't say that.
And the Detroit Lions. I could see both
All right,
of them
go to break.
making noise
Go to break.
in the postseason.
Go to break.
All right, JD Wicker. I see him with the media right now. He's doing a TV hit. So hopefully JD's going to
must
join
be
us
nice.
in 3 or 4 minutes on the other side. JD Wicker will join us, and then Kimo Ferrari, San Diegan, who's playing at San Diego State for his senior year, had a great game last night against Occidental. We're going to give away Aztec tickets during one of those conversations as well with either JD or Kimo Ferrari. We're at the Aztecs for Life Blood Drive. We are here until 6 p.m. Don't go anywhere. It's Jon and Jim. All right, we continue on here. Aztecs for Life Blood Drive on campus at San Diego State. Really an amazing event, the 8th year. Over the years, thousands of people have come through here on campus at Viejas Arena, and we're with San Diego State's athletic director, JD Wicker, to talk more about this and Aztec athletics. But first of all, JD, it's always great to see you. And secondly, discuss the importance of events like this that involve the community that San Diego State is a part of.
Yeah, no, obviously we're thrilled to be able to host this particular event. It's such a big thing for the community, and there's a great need for blood out there, especially coming out of COVID. That hasn't bounced back like it had before, and especially going into the holiday season when there's going to be a lot of people traveling, a lot of people on the roads. It's important to have this opportunity, and we're excited that our faculty, staff, students, and local community showed up and filled every possible appointment. So it's a great thing that we do, and Lisa Bynum and her team in marketing working with the Red Cross to get this done. Really appreciate their work.
And the expansion of it this year as well. Like the turnout's been really good.
Yeah.
I remember last year we were here, like half of the arena was tables. Now it's like the whole entire floor here is tables to give blood.
Yeah, it's about what their capacity is to collect blood is more than anything. And I don't know that we've ever had a problem really filling up the available slots to give. Again, you're talking about a campus of 35,000 students or 35,000+ students, and a significant number of them live either on campus or close by, and then you've got all the faculty and staff. So we could probably do a lot more if they had the capacity to do it.
JD Wicker is with us right now. I know in your world, it's such a work in progress or always in flux what's going on with college athletics. Like it just feels like every single day something is changing in this space, specifically to this House settlement and where, college athletics is heading, and with this revenue sharing with student athletes. Do we know where that ultimately lands or what impact it has on San Diego State specifically, or what that looks like in 2025? Or is that still to be figured out?
Well, I think everyone is moving forward under the assumption that House is going to happen. And then certain parts of House are, the NCAA or rules that the NCAA is going to pass, such as, roster caps and unlimited scholarships and some things like that. I think that happens. But, an NIL is not going anywhere. Obviously that's something that we've got to continue to invest in, as we look at our football season. Obviously we all want it to be better, and part of being better is buying tickets and also investing in, Aztec Link and NIL. So encourage people to do that. But, today was National Signing Day, and I know some institutions are, basically giving student athletes 2 contracts, an NIL contract and a revenue sharing contract. And, depending on if House happens and gets, final approval from the judge in April, then you go with the revenue sharing one. If you don't, you go with the NIL one. And then, so there's still work to be done. We're going to participate in revenue sharing if that happens. We won't participate at $20.5 million like the Power Four, but we're still kind of figuring out what all those different numbers are going to be as we move forward.
To follow up on that, will that be different throughout the course of a league, as in, members of the future Pac-12 conference, might one school share revenue at X number of dollars, and another school share at Y? And is that the same, I guess, in the Power Four as well?
Yeah, it's permissive. It'll be permissive for you to opt in. Well, if you're in the Power Four, you have to opt in, but you don't actually have to share revenue. Now everybody will. They'll go in at 20.5, and then, everybody below that group of 5 will look at it, and it's, how much money can you generate still running your athletic department appropriately and doing all the things that you need to do, and then what are you going to put towards revenue sharing that, you're going to have to do in some way, shape, or form to stay competitive.
JD, a big topic of late has been, this is my question about Snapdragon Stadium and the field conditions at Snapdragon Stadium. I know after the last football game, there was plans, or there have been plans to re-sod or redo some of the field. Can you give us an update on the conditions of the field at Snapdragon Stadium and what's going to be done here in the future to make sure that we don't have another situation like we did with the San Diego Wave?
Yeah, we've resodded. The field was safe and playable. Was it ideal? No. I mean, I was watching the Chiefs game this weekend and they were complaining about the field conditions. I was watching another NFL game and watching sand get kicked up everywhere because they had top dressed the field. Ohio State and Penn State, guys slipping because it's a bluegrass type of field on cuts. So we're learning. We're 2.5 years into this process. Our field crew does an amazing job. The field has been, great throughout this. We just got to a point where it was an overuse situation. Our first 2 weekends, we played home football games and then had an NWSL match the next day, which isn't good for the field. So we've remedied that. We won't allow that to happen going forward in the future. Regular season, if you have an Aztec football game, you will not have another event Friday or Sunday. If we get into playoffs and they have a playoff match the next day after an Aztec football game, that'll be something different. We're working with our sod farm. We've got a sod farm where I think we've got 7 or 8 acres of grass that we're growing at all times. There's some other ways that you can grow grass, and, you've got to make sure you've got sand in the sod. So there has to be sand in the base because that creates the stability when somebody puts their cleat in the ground and they don't just put it in and watch their foot kind of slip. That's what happened when we first put the bluegrass in. There wasn't a lot of sand in the base of the field, so we had top dressed it and it chunked up pretty good. So our field guys are amazing. They do a great job getting the field ready for all the events that we have. And we've also learned we're probably going to have to let our grass rest a little more at various points. We're going to have to build in moments where, okay, we've got to give it 2 weeks off so we can really, allow it to regenerate. We're going to have grow lights so we can actually grow grass 24 hours a day. You'll be able to, cover the field with about 20% of the field will be able to be covered with lights and heat, because your soil temperatures are very important to growing grass. And for 24 hours, you can put the field lights on a section that's, needs some repair. And over a couple of days, you can get it repaired.
Did you ever think you'd become this much of an expert on grass?
Well, my background is event and facility operations.
Right.
So this isn't my first grass situation where we've had issues with grass. But, I was surprised when I moved to San Diego. It is hard to grow grass here because, in Mission Valley, or it's more like, other parts of the country. In Mission Valley, it's really hot in the summer. So that's great for Bermuda. But right now it's really cool at night. Right. And, I'm sure people don't really think about it, but soil temperature is very important. And when it gets cool at night, that soil temperature goes down. So that shuts your grass, from growing if it's a Bermuda type of grass, which is what we generally have. We have a hybrid Bermuda that can still, grow in those cooler times. But now that we'll have grow lights, we've got grow blankets, we've got a whole, we've got all these different things that we're going to be able to do to, continue to maintain a good field. We just, we were unlucky more than anything. But if you look around, you'll see other people that are unlucky with their fields too.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Is there an update? And I know it's probably hard publicly, but with what's going on with the Pac-12, obviously the 4 schools from the Mountain West, including San Diego State, we know that, joining Oregon State, Washington State. We received word of Gonzaga joining in all sports. Obviously, they don't have football, but that was a significant addition. I guess what's next in the process as it plays out in advance of 2026?
Yeah, next is we're going to work on our television deal. There's actually a meeting with presidents, ADs, Pac-12 staff with our consultant Octagon, who will go out and handle the negotiations on our TV deal. That's tomorrow night as they're getting, started in this. Obviously, we're going to get to the holidays and things will probably, slow down a little bit and then pick up very quickly in the new year. Mm-hmm. It's a great time to be out. Looking for a television deal as you think about the new players that are out there. A Turner Network TV is out there, the CW is out there, and then you've got your typical players that are in it as well. So we're really excited about what we think we'll be able to do, and hopefully, I'm hoping sometime late spring we'll know what our TV deal is going to be, or have a good idea of what that TV deal is going to be. Then we can start looking at, who's that 8th school that plays football. My personal preference is 9 schools that play football, 10 that play basketball. So you can have 8 football conference games and then a round robin in basketball to get you 18 conference games.
Now, I don't think we've talked to you since the announcement of Gonzaga, but just in your opinion, how huge is that to have Gonzaga part of the new Pac-12 and be, a basketball program in there?
Yeah, it's huge. They're such a national brand. They're so well known. And I can't remember who I had I can't remember who I had the conversation with on air, but basketball revenue is huge to us. You look at this point recently. I mean, you look at a Tennessee and Alabama, Ohio State, and all that. They're generating $100 million or more on football. Well, we're not generating $100 million in football, so where they're generating $100 million, and that basketball number comes in, and it's so much smaller. Right. For us, we got a decent football revenue number, but that basketball number is a lot closer. So it is very important to us to generate NCAA basketball units is important to us, to generate great crowds and to sell tickets.
Yeah.
So having Gonzaga as part of this league, we're going to be a really good basketball league going forward.
No doubt about it. Real quick, JD, before you go, and Kimo Ferrari, who played last night for the Aztecs, will join us coming up in about 5 minutes. We'll talk more about Aztecs men's basketball. Can you just speak on some of the successes in fall sports? Men's soccer right now is playing for a conference championship. They're in a semifinal in the WAC.
What's the score?
2-0.
All right,
2-0.
so
Oh,
for San
right.
Diego
There we
State.
go.
So if the Aztecs win that game, they're a game away from winning a conference tournament championship. They've already won a regular season title. You're having success right now in volleyball as well. Can you speak just on fall sports going on campus?
Yeah, really excited. Women's soccer wrapped up last week. They played in the semifinals of the Mountain West Conference Championship. Our cross-country team is, doing the last year and then this year as good a years as they've had in a long time. As we mentioned, men's soccer now up 2-0. They were up 1-0 in the first minute against San Jose State. Looking forward to a tournament championship and then an NCAA bid if we can win on Saturday. And then headed with women's volleyball tomorrow up to Reno. They play University of Nevada, Reno tomorrow night. So I'm excited to join them. And they're currently in third place. Top 6 teams make the conference tournament in Vegas, which is actually the same week that we're going to be there for men's basketball. So we'll get to take in some of both. So we're excited about what they're doing. And then obviously women's basketball is off to an undefeated start. They beat Idaho State the other night. I think they're back here Friday night, I believe. Encourage people to come out. And then obviously the Gonzaga game on Monday.
Love it.
Busy time as always, JD. Always appreciate the time. Thanks for having us out here. Aztec for Life Blood Drive, year number 8. And we'll see you this weekend and beyond covering Aztec athletics.
Yep. No, appreciate the work you guys do for the Aztecs. And looking forward to everything coming up. Go Aztecs.
We're looking forward to it. That's JD Wicker. Kimo Ferrari, who starred last night in that big win for the Aztecs, 100-49 over Occidental College. He'll join us on the other side. We're at the Blood Drive here at Viejas Arena. It's Jon and Jim.
All right, this update is brought to you by Taco Bell. San Diego State, close game last night against Occidental. They won 100-49. Next up, they take on number 4 ranked team in the country, Gonzaga, Monday night here at Viejas Arena. Last night, NBA Cup underway. Steph and the Warriors, they spoiled the return of Klay Thompson, beating the Mavericks 120-117. Klay had 22 in the return. Steph had 37 in the win. And Lakers basketball tonight as they take on the Grizzlies, 7 p.m. tip time. Our coverage starts at 6:45 right here on San Diego Sports 760. The Gordita Supreme is so back at Taco Bell in the $7 Lux Cravings box alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stack taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Drinks exclude freezes, taxes extra.
All right, so coming up after our conversation right now with San Diego State senior guard Kimo Ferrari, who's out of Francis Parker here in San Diego and back on the Mesa for his senior season. After this conversation, we're giving away 2 free tickets for San Diego State Gonzaga. Kimo will tell us what number from 1 to 10.
Yeah, so start thinking of a number.
Start thinking of a number because that number is going to be the caller that's going to win those tickets for San Diego State Gonzaga. Kimo, first of all, it's great to see you, and thanks for hopping on today.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you, Jim, for having me.
So tell us about, before we get into last night, which was an incredible night for yourself and your team, and obviously a lot to come, especially Monday night against Gonzaga. What's it like for you coming back home and then being at an event like this, the Aztecs for Life blood drive in your community, taking part in something like this? It must be pretty special for you to be back home and taking part in events like this.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, you come back to San Diego, there's so many great things, the weather, the food, all that, but just being a part of events like this, seeing people that you know in your entire life is really what makes it all worth it. So, yeah, it's great to be at an event like this.
Last night, Occidental, 100-49, the victory. Have you been a part of a game where you guys started out that hot before? I mean, you guys, it was like you guys could not miss to start the game. Have you been a part of a game where you just don't miss?
I mean, not that I can recall until maybe high school, but in terms of college, I mean, like Dutch said, at a certain level, you got to put the ball in the basket, and that was a crazy start. I think it was a 22-0 to start the game. It was pretty nuts.
I think so.
It was something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. I mean, it happened so quick. It wasn't like a methodical, 9 minutes. It was like a 2 or 3 minute run where all of a sudden 20 points were scored. It's funny you asked that, though, Jim, because in Kimo, because you're being gracious, says, no, I haven't been a part of a game like that. You scored 39 points in your senior night. You hit 10 threes. I forget what you were overall, 14 of 16 from the floor?
I think so.
I think
yeah.
you started 0 of 1, and you were 14 for your next 15.
Is that good?
You hit 10 threes in the Ivy League record. So you've had nights like yesterday where the hoop must just feel big. Like yesterday, you hit 3 threes immediately. Take us through what that's feeling like, what's going through your mind when it's just coming easy, so to speak.
Well, I think that was the first 3 I've hit in Viejas, so it really just feels good to see the ball go in with the crowd back there. I mean, coming to a lot of games as a kid, it's definitely surreal to be on the court and making some threes and then looking up into the crowd and seeing some other kids. So it's pretty special. But yeah, I mean, I've really never been a part of a game where the entire team really just jumped on them from the start. So it was great.
How easy was it for you once you got the call from Dutch or whoever on the coaching staff, as far as, you entering the transfer portal and coming here? How easy was it for you to say, yeah, absolutely, when you got recruited to come to San Diego State?
I mean, pretty easy.
Yeah. Yes. You said, hi, yes, I'm coming. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the Ivy League rules, they kind of just push you out of the nest. So it's definitely a little scary. With what other transfers, I feel like they do have a good relationship, but I definitely have a great relationship with Brown. I would stay there if I could, but the last year, you really just want a good culture. And growing up in San Diego, you know all about the Aztecs and what we're about. And these first 4 months or so hasn't fell short at all of it.
Kimo Ferrari is with us, Aztec senior guard out of San Diego. I think I've referenced with you before. There's not a ton of San Diegans that play Division I basketball, but here there are. I mean, Wayne McKinney's obviously out of San Diego. I think UC San Diego had 2 or 3 Division I players from the city of San Diego as well. How much pride do you take in being from here? Does that make it extra special being from here and then ultimately playing here?
Oh, definitely. I think San Diego is great. Obviously, we're a little south of LA, and we kind of get a little overlooked because LA has so many great athletes. But I think in San Diego, we can hold our own, and we're going to see a lot of San Diegans coming up. I think we got Brendan Angel with Oregon.
That's right. Yeah.
Kobe Sanders with Nevada. There's a couple kids on UCSD. So San Diego has been really well represented, and I think we're really going to see that moving forward too.
What's the one thing about being coached by Brian Dutcher that you didn't know before getting here, but that you've learned in the couple months that you've been here as an Aztec?
I mean, during the summer session, it's definitely very important, but it's not as intense as you would think an in-season thing is. So I'm always asking the players, like, is he really always this positive? Is he always looking up like everything's so cheery? They're like, yeah. And I mean, these last couple weeks, when we have been ramping up for the season, he's really been all that and more. So it's really been a joy to get coached by him and really just learn everything that he's trying to coach us.
There was a social media video, I think, put out by the Mesa Foundation, right, the collective for San Diego State men's and women's basketball. And they took us inside the locker room before a game. Maybe you've seen it. But it's what you'd expect to hear from Brian Dutcher, which is essentially, if you came here because you didn't think defense and rebounding was our number one priorities, then you're in the wrong place. So how much of an emphasis, how much do you feel just around this program that it really does start at the defensive end? That's the way to win basketball games here, even with last night when you jump out to a 20-point lead.
Yeah, I think that message has been echoed almost every single day that I've been here on the Mesa. So rebounding and defense, you're going to hear it a lot. I'm sure you're going to hear it a lot in the future with these coaches that we have here. So it's very clear to the players what these coaches want, and we're going to try and make sure we do the best of that.
Okay, we can't let you go without talking about the sweatshirt you're wearing.
Oh, yeah, you're wearing a Taylor Swift
He's wearing a
sweatshirt.
Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Now, I'm all for that. I'm pro Taylor Swift.
Sure, I am too.
Did you get this at her concert, or how did you obtain the sweatshirt?
No, it's my girlfriend's. But
That's funny.
yeah,
That's funny.
Yes.
but I know exactly what the surprise song was of the concert. If anyone does ask me, so I guess I am a little bit imposter about going to the Eras Tour, but I will proudly say I'm a big Swiftie.
So your girlfriend went, but you didn't go?
No, and then I stole the hoodie.
You stole the
That's
hoodie.
I
hilarious.
stole the hoodie.
You
Had
stole-
to steal the hoodie. She wouldn't let me take it, so I had to steal
Is
it.
she a big Swiftie?
Huge Swiftie,
Okay.
but I don't know. I kind of think I'm a bigger Swiftie now.
Really? Okay. All right.
No, she just went to the concert and bought a sweatshirt. But she's
No,
just a
I'm just
casual.
of course, John. I mean, I had friends that went to this Taylor Swift concert, and they weren't big Swifties.
They were kind of dragged along.
Yes,
Yeah, we
exactly.
see
Yeah,
that.
because they're a
Obviously.
girlfriend. But yeah, are you jealous that you didn't get to go?
A little bit. I think my interest in Taylor Swift has kind of gone up over the past couple months. So when she did go, I really wasn't that jealous. But looking back on it, I definitely am if she is touring again. And
Yeah, it's not a final
US.
tour.
Well, don't worry. She's going to
Yeah.
be doing the Eras Tour for the next 20 years.
Yeah,
So
I will be there. I'll do all I can to be there and get my own hoodie.
Yes.
How much are you looking forward to, Kimo? A couple more before you go. Monday night, Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Top 5 team. San Diego State and Gonzaga have met a decent amount over the years. Last year, the Aztecs won up at the Kennel. Reese Waters had a big game. But how much are you looking forward to Monday night?
Oh, so much. I
Yeah.
mean, this is really what we work for. Not even just this past summer, but all these years that we've been training and working as kids for these type of moments. Having a top 5 opponent come into your building and do all you can to defend your place.
Then finally, does it just feel like the right spot because of the opportunities that have kind of presented themselves for you as well? I mean, nobody knows about health, but you've had some of these injuries involving guards early in the year. It's provided you with some additional opportunities. Do you feel like you're in the right spot because you can help this team immediately like you've been able to do these first couple of games?
Yeah, definitely. And if that aspect is on the court during game nights, then that's what it is. But if not, and we have, which I wish we do, is Reese and Byrd back healthy.
Yeah.
If it's in the practice gym and getting these guys better and getting ready for them to go for this gauntlet of a schedule that we have, then that's what it is. And I'm very happy in that role.
It's the right attitude. San Diego State 2-0, and the gauntlet is ahead, beginning with Gonzaga on Monday night. Then Las Vegas is ahead as well, that Players Era Festival tournament. Kimo, all right. So one lucky listener right now is going to this game. We have 2 free tickets. The number to call is 877-767-4760. Call right now and be caller number. You pick out the number.
I would be his number if he let me. Number 4, Desai Lopez.
Number 4,
Number
Desai
4.
Lopez. who
I
played
would have taken that
extended
jersey
minutes.
number.
You would have taken it if not for Desai.
Yeah,
You're wearing 23.
I'm wearing 23
Okay.
for Fernando Tatis.
There we go.
Wow,
I
how
love
about
it.
that? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay.
People think it's Jordan with basketball, but
It's
No.
for Toddy.
a couple years ago, number 4 was also taken at Brown. I had to choose a number, and that's when Toddy was on his run. I was like, I got to be number 23.
Why number 4? Why number 4?
It just was my dad's number in high school.
Got
So
it,
I've always
got it.
worn that in high school and all that. But if it's not 4, it's going to be 23 for Toddy.
Toddy.
I have
Toddy,
to change
love
that
it,
for Merrill,
Dude,
though.
hopefully, what about Merrill?
I might have
Maybe
to change it
up
for Merrill, yeah.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. Number
All
3.
right.
There we go.
You got a
Yeah.
real San Diegan right here.
Yes,
Kimo
you do.
Ferrari. Caller 4, you're going. 877-767-4760. If tickets are available, they're at goaztecs.com. Kimo, continued successes. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon.
Thanks,
all right?
man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
All right, much more from the Aztecs for Life blood drive on the other side of Jon and Jim. right, John and Jim back with you. With those Aztec tickets for Monday night against Gonzaga with another pair to give away with the Aztecs for Life blood drive. Now they've asked when you have people that are giving blood. I love how Jim says he doesn't. Yesterday I said, "Hey Jim, would you show up early to give blood?" You're like, "No, I'm sleeping." And then today,
okay, Mister. I didn't show up to give blood earlier either.
Here's the difference.
What?
I have a job.
Me too.
You actually kind of do. Here's the difference. I was here earlier today recording videos with San Diego State football.
That's great.
I didn't see you.
I was doing work.
I know, that's true. You now have a job. But normally it used to be you just show up.
I've always had a job.
That's true. But in radio, you don't really work.
You don't really work, but you work. If that makes sense.
Correct.
Like what we do, I don't consider work, but we work a lot. Like, right? That makes
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never really like not working. You're always aware of what's going on. Like if Roki Sasaki all of a sudden was posted right now, and let's say it was 9 o'clock.
Oh, red alert. Red alert.
Yeah, I'd be like reading articles and tweeting about it.
Yeah, like when the Padres in the postseason. That wasn't working.
Right. But
it was work.
It consumes a lot of time. Yeah, exactly. What were we talking about? Anyway, the blood drive. So I always feel bad when I see people that have just given blood and they've got bottles of water out and they have like these
candy and
like
chips.
These, what are these called?
Juice boxes.
Juice boxes and candy. Yeah. And then they asked us, "Hey guys, would you like some like juice boxes and candy?" And I'm like, "Yes,
absolutely."
But I feel bad because
Why?
there's other people here that have like, it's a good amount of like effort to give blood on your body. I saw people were like faint. Someone fainted, I think, earlier.
Someone did faint earlier. I'm Mr. No Shame for when it comes to
you really are, dude.
Because
that's so well said.
Some things I do like shy away from, but a lot of things I'm just like, okay,
right.
Like I'm Chad from SNL. Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, would you want to go like jump off the face of the earth? Okay.
Not that dark.
Right.
Why do you always go dark?
No, there's an episode where he's in space.
You go
like,
so
save
dark.
The planet and die. Okay.
You're like, hey, do you want to go?
I do go dark.
Like in a plane that's gonna crash.
No.
Okay.
You're such an idiot.
Like what?
You are such
no, it's only gonna crash 97% of the time.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Would you get on a plane if it was going to only land 98% of the time? No, because then you'll die.
Well, yeah. I mean, the math would support that. Yes.
Well, there's a 2% chance you die.
Right.
That's very small.
But 2% of how many planes fly in a day? It's a lot of planes
going down.
That's a lot.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
So, okay, good to catch up with Kimo Ferrari. Monday night's going to be awesome here at Viejas Arena. It really will. I mean, San Diego State and Gonzaga is a terrific college basketball game. And here's what we've had happen in recent years in college basketball. A lot of these great matchups get moved off campus. Like Kentucky last night. You're texting me during this game. Kentucky's playing
Duke,
right? Champions Classic.
Oh, must be nice.
Game's in Atlanta, though. It's not on campus. It's not, it's not in Lexington.
Right.
It's not at Cameron Indoor.
Yeah.
So, and that's fine. It's still a good television event, and those are marquee games, and those have value. And San Diego State's playing in Vegas in a week or so, right, against big opponents. But to get a game like San Diego State Gonzaga on campus, like last year in Spokane and this year in San Diego, I just think it's such a good reward for like the hardcore fan base. You got people here each and every night. You're playing Occidental. There's 12,000 people here.
Yeah.
So to get rewarded and have Gonzaga come here, to me, is pretty cool.
At the same time, yes, it's a reward, but don't view it as just like a reward. View it as
no. For the fans, it's a reward to see Gonzaga here.
Right.
You don't have to go to Vegas. You don't have to go to New York City.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the program.
You know what I mean? It's not.
Okay.
No. San Diego State men's basketball sees it as nothing more than an opponent.
Yeah, they see it as an opponent,
opportunity,
and an opportunity, and
definitely.
a challenge.
Like having been around them as much as we have the last 8 years
Yeah.
with flagship rights to San Diego State, I know how they treat it. They're not going to be like, "Hey guys, this is our Super Bowl." Like, no, they're going to treat it like.
Right.
They're going to try to win the game. And
it's
whether
another
they do
game.
or not, they'll move forward.
But it's also a great opportunity for them.
Yes. Top 5 team in the metrics, top 5 team in the AP poll.
So I agree with that. Yeah, from a fan's perspective, to have Gonzaga, it's pretty cool. And it's also a preview of what's to come every single year with San Diego State and Gonzaga now in the Pac-12 together.
Did you find it interesting? We talked to JD Wicker. You asked him about grass. All I care about is realignment.
Right, and all I care about now is grass, I guess.
Apparently, right?
Yeah.
But what I found interesting was he said that they're talking with TV networks or beginning this process with their like consultants, and that they hope to have that. I think his exact words, and we could play it back, where we hope to have it finalized by late spring. So that would be, late spring. You're talking about a half a year. at least,
A
right?
good
April,
amount of
May,
time.
June?
Good amount of time, yeah.
And then you're a year out. I mean, okay, you do the math on that. You got your TV deal finalized. Oh, well, I guess you could have your TV deal finalized and still have your new members between now and then as well.
Are you about to make this into a segment for the Aztec wrap-up show?
I might combine what he said with this.
I knew it. I
No,
knew
I'm
you were going to do
not,
it.
dude. I'm not taking this 60 seconds.
Anytime we talk about
Dude,
realignment,
I'll tell you, man, realignment on YouTube does really well.
or media rights or anything, now I know what John's going to do,
Listen.
and it's going to be make videos for his Aztec Wrap-Up Show channel.
Listen, it's not my decision that people want to talk about realignment on YouTube. They might not want to hear it on Jon and Jim, but I know they want to hear it on YouTube because I see the numbers.
Exactly.
I see
And they're
those
really
numbers.
freaking good numbers.
It is ridiculous.
It's
Some of the
like
views.
Oh my God, people can make you can make a living out of
You
that.
can make a living. The last time we talked about it,
How many views?
12,000 people
Jeez,
watched.
man.
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it must be nice.
But I
Just
do
roll it in
genuinely
dough.
care.
I know you do.
Now, I don't know if our listeners do.
No, but it's our show, and what we care about
Is what our listeners care about?
is
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But for you, it's realignment, Ken Palm, San Diego State, college football, kombucha,
and some other things.
and tropical fruit punch juices
Yes.
and acai bowls.
That too. I had one earlier. All right. Next
course you
hour,
did.
we've got tickets to give away. San Diego State and Gonzaga. We'll do it in the 5 o'clock hour, plus the latest on the market for Roki Sasaki. It continues to develop. We've got the latest rumblings on Roki Sasaki. Will he end up coming to San Diego or not? We'll discuss in the 5 o'clock hour from the Aztecs for Life Blood Drive here at Viejas Arena. This is Jon and Jim. All right, so stop letting high interest debt weigh you down. You can pay it all off in days thanks to Loan Pronto's new Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, guys, it is Schaefer. Listen up, homeowners. Imagine a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home's equity. No appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's all-new Rapid Equity Loan uses AI-driven technology to get you approved for cash out in as little as 1 day. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their debt, launched a home improvement project, and is now saving over $1,000 a month. Instant approvals, low fixed rates, fast transfers. Get cash to consolidate all your debt and get a fresh start for the new year. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much you could qualify for. Imagine this time next week, you could be credit card debt free. Don't wait. Get your cash fast. Call 619-207-4336 or loanpronto.com. That's 619-207-4336 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
All right, this update is brought to you by Taco Bell. San Diego State last night beating Occidental 100-49. Next up, big test on Monday night as they take on number 4 ranked Gonzaga here at San Diego State at Viejas Arena. Lakers basketball tonight on San Diego Sports 760 as they take on the Grizzlies. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:45. Tip time is at 7 p.m. The Gordita Supreme is so back at Taco Bell in the $7 Lux Cravings box alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stack taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink at participating. Exclude freezes, taxes extra.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is the final hour of Jon and Jim from the Aztecs for Life blood drive on the floor of Viejas Arena, going until 6 p.m. It was great to connect with JD Wicker, San Diego State's athletic director earlier. We have Kimo Ferrari, Aztec senior guard, who starred last night in that victory over Occidental earlier as well. We're here until 6, and don't go anywhere because we do have a chance for you to win 2 tickets for San Diego State Gonzaga coming up Monday night at 7 p.m. So it's always good to get out. We're here a lot last night.
We've been out a lot lately.
We are, yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. So
baseball playoffs.
Downtown a lot for the postseason. Here at San Diego State, a lot. The blood drive today. The Mesa Foundation, top of the key event downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exhausted.
Brent's tired of it. But yeah, we've been a lot of places.
We have. There's no doubt about it. And again, join us next Monday. We'll be outside Viejas Arena getting ready for San Diego State Gonzaga. And again, don't go anywhere. We'll give away 2 free tickets to that game coming up. Now, we spent part of the show earlier talking about the market for Roki Sasaki, and there's been so much discussion over the last week since it became essentially officially official. He will be posted this offseason. He is expected to be pitching in the major leagues at some point in 2025. Now, we mentioned earlier that the clarification that's important is he's got to be posted at a certain date, which is January 15th for the Padres, because the Padres have run out of cash, so to speak, for international players until 2025. But assuming it is 2025, this is something we said when we first heard of the news, and maybe it was earlier this week or late last week, that based on everything we know, there's no reasons to believe that the Padres won't be a serious player for Roki Sasaki. Doesn't mean they're going to land him. But when you think about their offseason priorities, and there are a number of them, we both agree that a lot of the emphasis should be put behind finding a way to get to the table with Roki Sasaki and making a serious play for a guy that could be at the front of your rotation for potentially years to come.
All right, so to clear this whole thing up, when is Roki Sasaki eligible to sign with a major league team?
Right.
Here is all the details. All 30 Major League Baseball clubs have 45 days to negotiate with a player after he is posted. If no agreement is reached in that time frame, the player returns to his club for the coming season. He cannot be posted again until the following offseason. Depending on when he's officially signed, his contract would fall under either the 2024 international signing period, which ends on December 15th, or the 2025 period,
Right.
which opens on January 15th. If he's posted before December 2nd, he could only sign during the 2024 period, since the 45-day negotiation window would expire before the 2025 signing period begins. If he were to be posted between December 2nd and 15th, he could then sign during either period, though he'd only have until December 15th to negotiate a deal for the 2024 period. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
talking about it in the first hour of the show,
right.
And then reading that,
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if he's posted in the December 2nd to 15 window. So then he has 45 days to negotiate, and then he can sign in the 2025
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I agree with that. Right.
So you give teams 45 days to put their best offer on the table, to woo him, to hopefully convince him to come here to San Diego.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. And whatever the timeline is, he's going to be pitching in the big leagues in 2025. But the timeline the Padres want to operate on is when they have the bonus pool money.
Correct.
They're going to need the money. And what we found interesting earlier today is the Padres actually in 2025 bonus dollars have more money than the LA Dodgers. Now, I don't think it comes down to money. If it was solely about money, he would just wait this off for 2 years.
Yeah.
He would get the Yoshinobu Yamamoto deal. He'd sign for $350 million. So I don't think it's about money. I don't think he says no to LA because it's $1 million less, or yes to San Diego because it's $1 million less or $1 million more. But you got to at least be in the conversation. You're going to have to have real money, and that's something the Padres will have once 2025 starts.
They have $2,000 left in the 2024.
Yeah, that's not very much.
International
You're not
pool.
getting anything for $2,000.
No.
And you're not getting the number one pitching prospect in the world.
But the 2025 signing period.
Yeah, what do they have? It's like 6 or 7.
They have $6.261 million.
Yeah. So, and I think the max is like 7 or 7.5, right?
The teams with the max amount are the Reds, the Tigers, the Marlins, the Brewers, the Twins, the A's, the Mariners, and Tampa. Those are the teams with the max money, which is $7.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers, along with the Giants, have $5.146 million in international pool money for the 2025 period.
Right. Okay.
So if you look at it like this, whatever you can offer Roki Sasaki in his pitch to him is you can say, well, it might not be a lot, but we can offer you more than the Dodgers as far as money goes.
And do you think that's a realistic way to win him over, this prize prospect that's had this unbelievable career, and the difference is that?
No.
I don't think.
There's going to be a lot more, as I've seen in reports, that it's going to be about fit. It's going to be, if you had the other day, there's reports of him maybe
preferring
small market over a bigger market. But yeah, the money. I mean, it's kind of like the Ohtani situation, right? When you look at him signing, Ohtani signed in 2016, and his bonus was like $2 million.
Right.
You can see something similar like that for Roki Sasaki. There's a lot of things in here as far as percentage goes, the value contract, and whatnot. But overall, I think the biggest thing is if Sasaki goes between December 2nd and 15th, he can sign in person. That's what I feel like. Right.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with that. By the way, coincides with baseball. I mean, this offseason, the 2 biggest free agents in my opinion, are all Juan Soto. Really, the biggest hitter, Soto, the biggest pitcher being signed. Other big names. I mean, certainly like Steph Curry is a huge role. But would you agree? Soto and Sasaki rise above the rest in terms of the way the Soto talks about. Soto are No, it's not the headline. You get Sasaki headline.
Consider Sasaki as far as give me a power rank. That's above Snell and Burns.
Oh, I would definitely put him above because of this. Because of the cost. Take that out.
I'm talking about just pure talent.
I mean, I still would consider him to be potentially higher than them. Let me explain why. He's entering his prime there now. Well, in the 6 years of control. Okay. Now, so again, these are all factors. You're not going to have 6 years of prime. 6 years of prime.
I think you're underestimating the transition.
Maybe. I mean, look at what Yoshinobu Yamamoto did the postseason.
Right, but look what he did in the regular season. He was hurt a lot. His transition was difficult.
Sure.
He did not start out well. When he came back, he did well, but he was also under an extreme pitch limit. And
no, that's fair. Shohei Ohtani, it wasn't a breeze to the the major leagues. I'd have to go back and look. It's not like he was the exact same player as today. Hey, it's 2018.
Kyle Blazer said that as far as pitching stuff goes, he's like, Otani. What did Otani do? You looking at Otani? What did Otani do first year big?
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, he only made 10 starts, 3-1.
He was good.
51 and 2 thirds innings, 38 hits.
Hey, that's 3-1. That's good. But yeah, he won the rookie of the year. Just, if the Padres would have won, everybody would.
There was circumstances there, right? He made 10 starts because he was also hitting.
You don't know what the circumstances were.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't compare his 10 starts.
I think when you factor it all in together, especially cost, yeah, it makes Roki Sasaki close to the top of the list just because you get theoretically an ace pitcher for nothing and under control for 6 years. It's almost like signing the number one draft pick. It's like signing a Paul Skeens, but he's ready for the big league right now. Right? You know? Yeah, you put him close to the top of the list. But if you're talking about just like talent,
I'd buy that. Listen, if I'm a
No.
piece away from a World Series, and if you ask me, could I have, prime stuff like Snell or Snell is the pitcher I want in that. I also Snell pitch the postseason. And, he's been solid at times. He had that great start out.
I get credit to Blake Snell. Like, yes, he always starts out slow, but you look at his last couple years, like consistent, like consistency is the biggest issue. Over the last 3 years, 4 years back to 2022, very consistent. Yeah, very consistent. 2022, he ended up being the number 2 starting pitcher for the Padres in the first. 2023, he won a Cy Young. Last year, he was no hitter. Yes, he was also injured. Look at the numbers. They're ridiculous. He was out. I think Blake Snell, while I would never sign him, I would never give him what he's asking for. He goes to a contender. I think he could be a big help. Like next year, not for the next 5 years, but just for next year.
I think it's an interesting question. The 70470 start with team. You can have either Blake Snell or Roki Sasaki. Who would you choose? And 70470 starting with the Warriors. Continue that conversation on the other side from the Aztec Blood Drive. Plus, coming up next, your chance to win tickets for Monday night, the sold-out game at Viejas Arena between San Diego State and number 4 Gonzaga. We have 2 free tickets. We will give those away. Coming up next, it's Jon and Jim. Don't go anywhere. All right, Jon and Jim back with you. Viejas Arena, the Aztec for Life blood drive. You can help local ill and injured service members get home for the holidays. San Diego Sports 760 Warriors Foundation on tomorrow. Presented in part by West Automotive Group. Make our brave Warriors beautiful. Never forget the Warrior Foundation on tomorrow on San Diego Sports 760. We'll continue coverage of that tomorrow on Jon and Jim, beginning at 3 p.m. We should remind you, if you want the 1.5 carat diamond, I mean, who doesn't want it? Everyone wants it.
I kind of want it.
Everyone wants it. If you want the diamond, if you missed this earlier, we are qualifying someone during our show for a 1.5 carat lab-grown diamond, okay? All you have to do is open the app, iHeartRadio, search for San Diego Sports 760, click on the talkback mic, and tell us why you want the 1.5 carat diamond.
It's very simple.
From Unicorn Jewelry and Watch Boutique, okay?
Yes.
So use the talkback mic. Tell us why you want it. We're announcing a winner live on air on Monday during Jon and Jim. No strings attached. That's the deal.
No.
Open up the app, search for San Diego Sports 760, click on the talkback mic, tell us why you want the diamond, and you could win. You're going to find out Monday during Jon and Jim.
Yeah, this is like one of the
this is as good of a giveaway as we've had, seriously.
It really is.
Yeah.
If you're thinking of proposing to that special someone the holiday season and you're kind of panicking because you don't have a ring yet, this is not a ring, it's just a diamond, so you would need to get the actual ring set. But I mean, this can be used for an engagement ring, it could be used for a diamond necklace, it could be used for a bracelet, it could be used for anything. I mean, there's so many uses for this, and I mean, this thing is not cheap. It is a really, really, really nice lab-grown diamond. 1.5 carats is a big boy. It's a big boy.
Yeah.
So go to the talkback mic, iHeartRadio app, hit the red microphone, tell us why you want to win it, and you could win it. We're announcing it on Monday.
We're giving away San Diego State Gonzaga tickets. We'll do that at some point between now and 5:45. So we'll give those away at some point in the next 20 minutes. And we have Jim's back page ahead. Can I ask you a Deion Sanders question?
Sure.
I know it's a little bit of an e-break, right? What's a better landing spot? Florida State, his alma mater, or the Dallas Cowboys? Deion Sanders, who has a Colorado team kind of on the brink of maybe a postseason spot. We'll see. They're 7-2. That's far from a guarantee. It's a possibility. Could you see him in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys next year? Could you see him at Florida State taking over for, a program that was undefeated last year, but I think has one win this year? The wheels have completely fallen off.
I would say, to me, Florida State. And this is why.
Just a easier transition, right? Stay in that college space.
Not only is it easier transition, the NIL aspect of this is the game changer.
Gives you the leg up.
You go to the NFL, you're on even playing field
with everyone.
And it is much more difficult. You really can't do what you've done in college, which is the best thing I think with Deion is his recruiting. Like, would you say,
and the marketing,
recruiting.
Yeah.
You don't get that in the NFL.
Right.
I think the best thing for him to do is stay in college.
Okay.
Like,
do you think? Okay, let me ask you this: do you think if he had a chance to return to Colorado, let's say they go 10-2, just miss out in the playoff, but a really good year, or even make the playoff and lose in the first round, so you have a chance to return to Colorado and continue what you're building, or leave for, I don't know if it's greener pastures. I mean, it's your alma mater. It's Florida State. They have maybe unlimited resources, or more resources probably than Colorado.
Here's the thing: when you say like leave what he's building there, he goes to Florida State. He gets all of his guys in the transfer portal, and they all go to Florida State with him.
Right.
That's how college football works now.
Right.
And he even said it. He views the NIL as free agency. And with it being the Wild Wild West, anybody can enter the transfer portal at any time. He leaves to Florida State, or whenever he leaves, because Shador's gone, his other kids are gone, Travis Hunter's gone. Then all the kids that he recruited to Colorado, guess what? They're all flipping their commits to Florida State.
Right.
It's the easiest thing to do, and you're getting a what? How big of a raise you're getting if you go to Florida State?
I don't even know. I mean, he's obviously making good money at Colorado, but you're right. You're getting a raise. You're getting a good raise if you go.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer to me. If you're going to go anywhere, stay in college, just go like level up. If you go to the NFL, I feel like it's going to be a very rude awakening
I
for him.
also wonder what the end game is because
'Cause he's
obviously
not-
he's been coaching his kids, and obviously Shador's going to the NFL. He's got another child. Is it Shiloh?
Shiloh, yeah.
What year is he? Does he have more college eligibility?
He's not a guy that I think is viewed as a next.
But is he
level
going to be
player.
playing next year in college?
I don't know.
I don't know
I have
either.
no
But I'm
idea.
just wondering, like, what's the end game? Deion's not doing this for money. Is the end game to win a national? Like, how long is he going to be coaching after his sons are through
I don't know.
the college ranks?
Well, especially Shador. Shador's is his final season.
This is his final year.
Yeah. And could you imagine this? Say, Shador goes to the NFL,
Right.
and he gets the Cowboys job,
Mm-hmm.
and
Pulls a
just
LeBron.
hypothetical. Cowboys have the 7th overall pick,
Right.
and teams in the NFL, they're not going to stand for like, oh, you're gonna sit out because your dad doesn't draft you. Boom. Say he gets drafted to the team before the Cowboys. There's no way that's going to work out.
I think he has to stay in college. I don't think his whole deal is going to fly in the NFL. In college, all these kids, he's practically like a god to them. If he goes to the NFL, he's just going to be another dude. And a lot of those guys, they're, adults. They're not going to want to, put up with Deion's stuff, to where if he stays in college, like I said, especially if he goes back to Florida State, he won't have to do anything. And all the, kids seem to be into his thing. I just can't see the pros that are like, in their mid 30s being like, oh yeah, this is what we want to play for.
Did you see he said today on FS1 that he will step in privately, not publicly, to make sure Shador Sanders does not go to the wrong team? So
you can't do that if you go to the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's another thing. Yeah, it does get a little muddier. I agree with that. I think it does get muddier and arguably harder from his seat if he does move on to the NFL, where, I mean, the college thing, I don't know how it ends. I just don't know how long he's going to coach. He's 57 years old, which obviously is not old. I mean, he could coach for a long time. But, like, it's not like he's been coaching since his playing days. He just kind of stumbled into it by happenstance, essentially. He was at Jackson State for a couple of years, won some games. Colorado, obviously, these last 2 years now having success in year 2. Like, do you see Deion coaching at 67, 10 years from now?
Probably.
I don't.
Really?
I don't. I think he walks away from it.
Well,
I don't think his whole world revolves around it. Now, I think it does around his family and his children. And I think he wants to win. I do. But I just don't know if he's going to need it. Like, if he's going to retire and be done, and, like, that's the last thing he's going to do.
And the thing about Deion and the coaches like Deion, he doesn't draw up any plays. He doesn't do any X's and O's.
So he's more of an overseer.
He's an overseer.
Yeah.
He's a recruiter.
Yeah, definitely.
He has offensive and defensive and special teams coaches. He's not out there making any calls besides when to call timeouts and when to go for it on 4th down and when to kick field goals. Like, that's what Deion's game day jobs are.
Sure.
One other thing too quick.
Yeah.
It's like John said, Deion's 57, but he's moving around like Joe Paterno in his final years at Penn State because his ankles and his legs are so bad that
you say his health, yeah.
To where it's like, well, have you seen him walk?
Yeah, no, he's had
it's bad.
Had some health situations.
To where it's like, once his kids are gone, is he really going to want to drive a cart around the sidelines?
I don't know. I'm curious to see where, either his next spot or his final spot, or does he return? And it's kind of an interesting thing that's playing out, because I think when you have success and you're as marketable as Deion Sanders and you're as familiar to people as you are, your name's going to come up a lot. And if Florida State goes 1-11, people are going to talk about Deion Sanders. When the Cowboys go 5-12, right? People are going to talk about Deion Sanders.
The Cowboys are going 5-12.
Maybe not.
Like they're going worse than that.
4-13.
3-14.
Yeah. Right.
Really bad.
No, it's a good point. Yeah. All right, we're going to give away San Diego State tickets for Gonzaga on the other side. We're at the Aztecs for Life blood drive on the floor of Viejas Arena until 6 p.m. Do not go anywhere. It's Jon and Jim. All right, hey guys, it is Jon and Jim. We've been telling you about our friends over at Humu Casino throughout the football season. This is a great time of year to get out there. In fact, every single Monday night, one lucky winner each week is also going to be driving home with a brand new Mercedes-Benz C-Class every single Monday in November. You can earn entries, Jim, all month long just by playing. And how about this? On Tuesdays, you can earn 2 times the entries.
Yeah, not only could you win a brand new Mercedes-Benz C-Class, but Humu Casino is the place to be to watch the best sporting events around this weekend, especially Friday night, 5 p.m. Tyson versus Paul, and then UFC 309 this Saturday at 7 p.m. Tony Gwynn Sports Pub, Loft 94, or their poker rooms are the places to watch these sporting events.
Listen to this going on from November 19th through the 24th, the Run Good Road Trip Poker Tournament at the Rooftop, with a $200,000 guaranteed prize pool. It's an event you don't want to miss. Visit the website for more details or see any poker room team member. Again, the Run Good Road Trip Poker Tournament with a chance to win $200,000 this November.
Yeah, Humu Casino, poker tournaments, live sporting events. You can win a Mercedes-Benz C-Class. They have everything that you want. The food there is delicious as well, especially at Tony Gwynn Sports Pub. Get the Slam Diego burger and the truffle fries. You'll thank me later. Humu Casino, it's fun above all else.
All right, well, this update is going to be done by me because Jim went to the restroom and he's hurriedly walking back. Like he's walking with a pace. Get over here and do this update. I'm just buying time for you. I can tell you this. It's on the front page of ESPN.com. The Thunder lead the Pelicans 47-38 with 4:25 to play in the first half.
That's great. This update's been brought.
Oklahoma.
This update that Jon did not want to do is brought to you by
it.
Taco Bell. Lakers basketball tonight, 6:45 pregame, 7 p.m. tip-off. You can listen to that right here on San Diego Sports 760. The Gordita Supreme is so back at Taco Bell in the $7 Lux Cravings box alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito. Double stack taco chips with nacho cheese sauce and a medium drink at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Drinks exclude freezes, taxes extra. Great update.
All right, we've got San Diego State Gonzaga tickets to give away in the next 10 minutes. Monday night at Viejas, so we're not going anywhere. We'll give those away. So listening for the chance to win. So give out a keyword and tell people
Do it.
All right. So the time to call is 5:42. So if you're listening on the app, or if you're listening on San Diego Sports 760, or if you're listening on HD Radio 1015 Channel 2, we're on FM as well. HD Radio Channel 2, 1015. I probably said that wrong. 101.5 FM Channel 2. You can listen to San Diego Sports 760, or if you're watching on YouTube. Anyway, the time to call is at 5:42. The keywords you're going to need.
BlueSky.
The first person is BlueSky. Thank you, Brent. Is BlueSky.
Or
If you
BlueSky.
have
We'll
the
accept
keyword-
either one.
You can say either BlueSky or BlueSky. You need to call not a second before or a second after. Call at 5:42. Be the first caller with the keyword of BlueSky to 877-767-4760. And you're going to see San Diego State and Gonzaga. Call at 5:42. That's fair for everyone. If you're on the app, if you're listening on HD Radio, if you're listening on AM radio, if you're watching on YouTube, 877-767-4760. The keyword is BlueSky or BlueSky. Call not now, but at 5:42. Would I convince you to join this new social platform if I told you Marty Caswell was there? Because she is. Marty has shown up on BlueSky.
Her first post is, I'll try to be better on this than I was on Threads.
What do you have? What do you have, a burner account on?
No, I don't.
You're already on BlueSky?
No, I'm not.
Then how do you know that?
Because you can click on it and view the profile,
Okay.
and then it goes to that
something
person's
fishy
account.
is here.
Look at, so look
Okay.
at, sign up. I could do whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see the account, you're saying, without being a member.
Correct.
So has that changed your opinion? Now that Marty is there, now that friend of the show, Darnay Tripp, is there, now that your co-host John Schaefer is there.
I'll only join it if Brent joins it.
Well, you have a better chance of us landing on the moon tonight
Correct.
than Brent joining BlueSky over the next
Social
48 hours.
I'll
Yeah.
join it. Do I have to actually post things?
Yes, you have to be active.
then
That's
no.
the only
That'd
way.
be amazing if
Yeah.
Brent was like this huge
He
influencer
gets like
on BlueSky.
200,000
Yeah.
followers in the first 2 hours.
Just
Incredible.
leave you guys behind.
Check it out, Brent. And then just let's run circles around Jim. If Brent ends up in this thing, then we'll have Jim there by tomorrow.
I'm
noon.
not joining it.
I know.
Don't
I-
worry.
I just-
Jim.
I think it's. I'm not. I think it's an app that will go by the wayside like Threads. It's trying to be Twitter, and to be honest with you, I ain't leaving a decade worth of
At least a decade.
a platform to start over again on another platform that's exactly the same.
No, I understand.
The
I
only
respect
the only thing that would entice me to join BlueSky
that. Mhm.
or BlueSky,
BlueSky,
whatever,
BlueSky.
is the fact that they do have a tweet deck feature.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, see
Look
that's
at you.
okay.
Look at that.
That's
Marty followed me. Right? Look at that. It's beautiful. Home notifications, Padres, Aztecs. It's beautiful. Right? Look at that. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Don't you miss that? Aren't you yearning?
oh my god,
Look how beautiful that looks.
I love tweet deck.
Look at that. New update is available. Sure, refresh. New features.
Must be nice.
Updating it every second. He's going to be on this thing by noon.
Get on camera, by the way, because you're like,
Oh, I'm not even. I don't even know what's going
you don't
on.
even care.
Real quick, as we get back to this,
Oh, tweet deck, I miss it.
I know you really do. Real quick, we spent so much
Stupid
time on Roki Sasaki. What's the second priority? If they don't land him, or even if they do, or if they find out they can't get him, or for whatever reason, that either they land him or they don't. It's not like it's the only offseason move. So if you took Sasaki off the table for the Padres, either good, bad, or indifferent, what's the next move?
Well, it's still starting pitching.
Even if you land him, I'm saying,
Oh,
if
you land,
what's
yeah.
like the next move? Where do you turn your focus beyond him? You're right. It could be starting pitching. It could be.
Bringing back Profar or Kim at the right
Okay.
price? At the right price?
I think that might be proved to be pretty
Can you?
challenging.
All right. So I've been on record saying I am opposed to the run it back theory. As you drink your little juice box there, which is
At the blood drive?
it's an interesting visual.
Yeah.
So when I say,
Right. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
what are you doing?
You know when you try to get like the very
Yes, but there's nothing left. Just get a new one. Yeah, keep doing that on air. Keep doing it. If I did that on air, you would murder me right
I
now.
would.
You would murder me.
Where were you going with this?
So I've said I don't like the quote unquote run it back mentality
Right. Yes.
because you didn't win a championship. You didn't get past the Dodgers. If you run it back, quote unquote, And
you're going to go right back into the same situation you were in. But that's,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, isn't it better than, it was better than 2023. Was it the end result? No, it wasn't winning a World Series.
if you're going to quote unquote run it back, then you better add some more significant pieces.
But in what manner? Like, as in, are you enhancing left field by moving on from Jurickson Profar, or are you better off just bring him back?
No, I meant if you just have the same roster as you did this past year,
and that's not
going
to happen.
It's not happening.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
And you're not going to get that.
Right.
So you technically cannot run it back.
Correct. I would agree with that.
So you're going to have a different team next year.
Completely different.
The core of the team is coming back. Like, if you ended up trading Luis Ariz, I'd be pissed. And that would be
right
against the the run it back mentality. When I say run it back, or when I say I don't want them to run it back, I want them to add and get better in places that they were not as good last year.
Which would be?
And then I also want them to continue to go out there and keep their foot on the gas pedal. Pitching, bullpen, you need to make sure that you still have those things be as good as they possibly can be. Left field, you bring back Jurickson Profar. Is he going to be the same as he was last year?
No, probably not.
Okay, so you're not improving.
Improving is going to be tough.
It will
because you've got payroll issues and you're coming off a 93 win year. So the margins get thinner because they don't fall out of bed winning 98 games.
Yeah,
they've only done it one time. So, and the payroll part of it. How do you upgrade your rotation when you're without Joe Musgrove for a year? Outside of Roki Sasaki, you get lucky, you make a trade, you really develop some pieces like a Matt Waldron or a Randy Vasquez. My point is that's not going to be easy. And then how do you upgrade on left field? That's not going to be easy because of the year you just saw from Profar. How do you upgrade on short? I mean, truthfully, I don't even know what their plan is at short with the Bogart situation moving forward either. So I don't think it's easy. I think it's easy to say they need to upgrade and they can't run it back, but I don't think it's actually easy to upgrade the roster from 93 wins last year.
I've seen it too many times in baseball. It doesn't happen really in basketball because basketball is different. You can have one guy, LeBron or Steph or KD, and you can win back-to-back championships. Football, a little different as well, but mostly in baseball, John, for a team, even if they won the World Series, to quote-unquote run it back, it's very difficult to get to that same position and same spot you were the previous year. It just doesn't happen very often. So you're going to bring the core back. That's, I guess, running it back to some extent. And you got to go out and get better around the edges. And you have to make sure you don't dip off where you were at last year. Like bringing back Profar, I would like them to bring back Profar, but I also would not like them to bring back Profar if it's going to cost you 15, 16 million a year. That to me is like it's money not well spent.
This is easy. Just land Sasaki
and Soto
and Snell
and
you've fixed everything. and you're probably still maybe not winning the division.
And Willie Adames.
Yeah, and everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
All right, we are at the Aztecs for Life blood drive. You know when to call if you have the keyword. And we're going to continue on the other side one final time. And we're back at Viejas Arena, by the way, Monday night for San Diego State and Gonzaga. Jim's back page is on the other side. Don't go anywhere. It's Jon and Jim. final time from the Aztecs for Life blood drive here at Viejas Arena. Been great to be here over the years, and once again here as well. This is the 8th annual Aztecs for Life blood drive. Hundreds of people have come through and given blood. Tons of San Diego State students. We were fortunate enough to connect with JD Wicker, the Aztecs athletic director, talk to an Aztec basketball player, and Kimo Ferrari as well. So always our pleasure to be out here. We'll be back Monday at Viejas. The place is going to look different Monday, Jim. They'll put a basketball court down. They will get rid of the snacks on the floor, and there'll be 12,414 people in here for San Diego State and Gonzaga. Congratulations to whoever just won. Brent, who just won our tickets with the giveaway, do you know?
Eric.
Congratulations, Eric.
Congrats, buddy.
2 free tickets. There are more chances. Do I have this right, Brent? We have more chances tomorrow and Friday on Jon and Jim to win?
We do.
All right. So more free tickets, pairs of tickets we will give away. Join us tomorrow on Jon and Jim beginning at 3 p.m. We have 2 free pairs of tickets for San Diego State and Gonzaga to give away right here on Jon and Jim. All right. Are you ready for an on-the-road edition of the Back Page?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it.
So this Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight is on Friday, right?
So I'm going to be in. Is it in Las Vegas, Jim?
Yeah. No, it's in Dallas.
Okay.
At the
Jerry World.
Okay.
I'm going to tune in because it's going to be a train wreck, and I like watching dumpster fires.
How do you watch this?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
So it's live on Netflix. So it's a live Netflix event.
Is there a favorite here? Is this something that is sanctioned? Like, can be
on
in Las Vegas?
It is. Yeah. I think Jake Paul's the favorite.
Okay.
He is.
He's fighting a 60-year-old.
I was going to say he's got to be. Yeah.
On the backstage
57.
a couple days ago, I had one of the I guess packages they were selling at this fight was an owner's package that featured special ringside suites. And then it included a pre-fight locker room visit with Paul and Tyson and a private security detail. And standing on stage during the weigh-in, well, the package sold. Someone bought it. It was sold to Torque Law, a national personal injury law firm.
Oh, wow.
So not a person, but like
a
company.
Like a company.
That's
weird.
I'm sure you can have like CEOs and stuff like that, stupid or whatever. But anyway, some company was dumb enough to buy that.
Yes, dumb enough to buy that. Exactly.
Yeah. So this new Intuit Dome up in LA looks amazing. We need to go.
Yeah, the home of the Clippers. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but courtside seats at the Intuit Dome not only have like outlets and USB outlets for your phone charging for your phone, but they also double as a massage chair. So you sit courtside.
Massage?
You sit courtside. You're sitting in massage chairs.
So this is courtside. This isn't all chairs. This is
no.
Okay.
Courtside at the Intuit Dome.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How much does that cost you?
A lot of money, John.
Yeah.
I mean, it fluctuates, but like,
should I look it up?
Look it up, dude.
Okay.
Courtside seats, Intuit Dome. Like, look up them versus like the.
I don't even know how to
who's the worst team in the league?
You got to go to like Clippers premium seating, probably.
Probably, yeah. Anyway, Squid Game 2, John.
Oh, is that out?
No, the trailer got released, I think last week, but it is coming to Netflix on December 26th. Are you excited?
I thought the first one was interesting. Was that during the pandemic?
It was.
We all watched it.
It was like right at the middle or end of the pandemic. I forget.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it was interesting. I don't know. Are you excited about it? I guess I can get into it. I'm fine with it. Yeah. Are you excited for it?
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited because I thought the first one was really good. I'm hoping that this one doesn't like take a big step back, even though it probably will.
Right.
But I'm intrigued. Like, I'll definitely watch it for sure. I thought the first one was great.
I kind of feel the same way about this as I do Gladiator 2, to where it's like the first Gladiator was cool and everything, but I didn't really. It was like, oh yeah, we need Gladiator 2. The first Squid Game was cool, but I don't know if I was like, yeah, we need season 2. So I'll watch it. I don't know how pumped I am for it, but I'll at least give it a shot.
Dude, tickets are not cheap for the Clippers anyway. I'm just looking.
You should have held on to them.
Jeez.
Well, it would have been
cost me like $30,000.
Yeah. John, did you know that today is World Kindness Day?
Yeah,
Shut
that's
up.
why I called you an idiot earlier.
Say something nice to me.
You're a moron. That was the first thing he said. He texted me earlier, Brian. He goes, "Hey, text Cynthia Freeland. We don't have a show tomorrow. We need her to come on today." I'm like, "Why don't we have a
I
show
thought today
tomorrow?"
was
He's like,
Thursday for some reason.
Okay.
My days are all mixed
Yeah.
up.
So and then I write back, "You're a moron," and he writes back, "STFU."
Yes.
So yeah, it's World Kindness Day.
yeah, eat blank.
Right.
Well, if you were lucky enough this morning to go to Krispy Kreme gave out 500. I guess if you were a first, when it like a store.
Yeah.
The first 500 guests who visit participating Krispy Kremes nationwide received a dozen original glazed donuts for free. I saw Frankie and Jeannie this morning handing out Krispy Kreme donuts in the station. You weren't there. Sucks to be you.
I don't eat
idiot,
donuts.
you loser.
You're an idiot.
But the offer is valid in the shop or at drive-thrus for World Kindness Day at Krispy Kremes.
But is that offer going on today?
Today, Wednesday, yeah.
That's great. Well, it's 6 p.m.
I know. So
I'm sure people
I
are
know.
thrilled.
So everyone's like, "Oh man,
Hurry
they're gonna
up.
go to Krispy. Yeah, hurry up!
We
You might,
head there tonight.
It's World
Yeah.
Kindness Day. You should have went there faster, stupid.
yeah, you
exactly.
moron, idiot." So hold on a second here. Yeah, so Krispy Kreme, World Kindness Day. Be kind out there. And finally, John, McDonald's is bringing back their fan favorite holiday pies starting on November 15th. Get ready, dessert lovers. Starting this Friday, McDonald's is bringing back its beloved holiday pie, a seasonal treat that has fans eagerly awaiting its return each year. The festive dessert features McDonald's signature buttery pie crust filled with a creamy custard, glazed with a hint of sugar, and topped with colorful rainbow sprinkles to add a joyful touch.
They are
Wow.
awesome. I love those.
When you said finally, is that the final thing you have for us today?
Yes, John.
Okay.
So that's it. That's all I got. Oh, no.
You have one more.
I have one more.
Mhm.
I have one more. It has to do with part of my back page that I talked about last week, which
Okay.
was the Tony Gwynn auction that was
Yeah.
happening.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
An item, his gold glove from 1987,
Mm-hmm.
sold for $25,000.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's
A lot of money.
it's a lot of money. There's other things here that sold. So his game used jersey from October 6, 2001, which was, I think, one of his final games, sold for $30,000.
Do we know the buyer?
No. His 218th season hit on October 2nd, 1987, sold for $1,800. His game used San Diego Padres road jersey with the USA flag patch on it, sold for $5,500. A Wheaties box with Tony on the front sold for $500.
Okay. All right.
Was there still Wheaties in it?
No, there was not.
See, that would up the market value.
That would. Another $5.
It's unopened.
A game used alternate home jersey sold for $10,000. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see here. A 1977 San Diego Padres jersey sold for $1,100. That's actually pretty good. A 1982 Mitchell Ness jersey signed by Tony sold for $1,200. 1997 National League All-Star game sold for $1,100. So, like, you could have got some of these, yeah, for like a relatively good price. But then, like the big boys, like his final, hit game used jersey, yeah, sold for $30,000. There's a lot of money. Yeah. All right, so we're back tomorrow. Join us because we've got Aztec basketball tickets for Gonzaga once again to give away. So we will start at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Jon and Jim back in the studio. Join us tomorrow. We do it at 3 p.m. San Diego Sports 760 iHeartRadio app. YouTube, HD, I was hoping. Oh, you were? Yeah, I was.
Don't forget BlueSky.
All right, if you missed anything today,